It's a new year, y'all. And for me, I've never been one to do resolutions. I do solutions. And for the past almost 2 years, I've been drinking AG1 every single day, thanks to my brother, Dr. Andrew Huberman, who turned me on to this incredible product. Every day, every morning, no exceptions. Just one scoop and a glass of water. They also make packs that you can travel with. That's been very, very helpful for me as a active touring person. Having these packets with me all around the world has been really, really helpful. So if you're a musician or somebody that is always on the go, the travel packs are incredible. AG1 delivers my daily dose of vitamins, minerals, and pre and probiotics. It's very powerful, it's very healthy, and it's really simple, man. Healthy aging shouldn't feel complicated. The thought of taking multiple supplements and all these types of vitamins and stuff and powders, it's truly exhausting for me. I've never been one to take a lot of multivitamins anyway throughout my whole life. I always prided myself in just eating vegetables and eating all the stuff I need naturally, not in a pill form. So this is incredible. It covers my nutrient gaps. It supports my mental and physical health. AG1 is hassle-free, 60 seconds every morning. It's the high-quality ingredients of pre and probiotics, adaptogens and antioxidants, and whole food sourced nutrients. I drink it every single day. Every batch of AG1s goes through rigorous testing processes, and their ingredients are sourced for absorption, potency, and nutrient density. If there's one product I can suggest to you guys, is the AG1s, man. This has been a life changer for me. So go to ag1.com/OLLC and you can get a free 1-year supply of vitamin D3 and K2 and 5 free AG1 travel packs with your first purchase. With AG1, I know I'm getting essential brain, gut, and immune health support, vitamins, probiotics, and nutrients for the day, and it's helped my mental and physical. So if there's one thing I can recommend to you guys, it's AG1s. It's my nutritional insurance. I pride myself as almost being 54 years old, not going to the doctor all the time. Knock on wood. I've been healthy my whole life and try to strive to be a healthy person, stay young, stay full of energy, and still do the things I love that I did as a kid. That's why I still skateboard, play music, exercise. So start the year off right. AG1, ag1.com/OLLC. Yo, Liquid Death, thank you so much for hydrating all my guests, taking care of me and my family and my friends. Love your water, love your brand, love what you stand for, love what you give back to the community. If you want to learn more about Liquid Death and how it started, listen to episode 115 with the co-founder, owner, and creator of Liquid Death, Mike Cesario. Just a punk rock skateboarding kid from Delaware with a dream. It's an incredible story, incredible journey. So if you go liquiddeath.com/Toby, you get free shipping on any items you order from liquiddeath.com. If you want to just get Liquid Death water, go to amazon.com. But for the merchandise and other cool items, exclusive items, go to liquiddeath.com/Toby and get free shipping. Thank you so much, Liquid Death. Death to plastic, murder your thirst. Stay hydrated. You know H2O saves lives. Welcome to the One Life One Chance podcast. I'm your host, Toby Morse. Today I have my brother Todd Morse to the right of me.
Hi.
Hey,
whoop,
can
whoop.
we
Hi.
do that? I fucked up.
Mr. Benjamin Buttons in the flesh. The best hairline of the Morses. The most handsome Morse.
Oh,
The best tan Morse.
Thank you.
It's
hard to take compliments, but I'm enjoying them.
Well, you're my older brother, so you should
Yeah.
take them.
That's right. Thank
and
you,
then
brother.
Kemble Walters in front of me. Thank you for being here, sir.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for bringing us to Vegan Donuts.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
Of course.
And then back on the podcast, her episode 107 was the first time she was on. Juliette Lewis, thank you for being here.
Hey, thank you.
So here we are, Juliette
We
Lewis
made
and the
it.
Licks back together again.
Woo. Yep.
Thanks for being here.
Two licks, and
Till you get to the
Shout
center.
Shout to Jason. He's not here right now.
Womack.
Yeah.
Womack.
Womack.
Slippy
We got
Woe.
Dylan on drums. Dylan Howard. He's
That's right.
pretty spectacular.
I think I might have told this story in the episode with Juliette, but since we're together, I remember meeting Juliette with the Go record at Amoeba Records, and I had to give her a copy of it so she could hear the sound of the band, I guess, and then you ended up trying out at her house, jamming at her house in front of a boombox, something like that.
That's
It's a
right.
story.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
did. I think was it maybe you drove me to? Someone drove me.
Somebody, I don't drive, but
I didn't have a car, and someone drove me to your house with my little amp, and I came into your living room, and
That
That
was
was
sweet.
crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, because you're like my brother. He needs a job. You go, no, I'm just kidding. But we met in the aisles of.
Yeah, that was kind of weird.
It was
yeah.
very mafia, but rock and
was.
roll mafia. We
Here's
were
the
just
envelope.
we had a record. What'd you give me? A CD
I gave her the
or
latest,
record?
or that was during the Go record, which was 2001. Yeah.
All right.
That's so crazy. And
cool.
then Todd ended up, we're just going to do this band. And all of a sudden it became like a full-time band. And then all of a sudden Todd was too busy for H2O, but I was happy for him.
I didn't know
because
what tensions are going to come up. In
well, we were on hiatus, basically.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
But then that happened, and it was wonderful.
Yeah. But I still got to come back. We made the Nothing to Prove record.
Of course, dude.
That's
Of course.
right.
My favorite record, yeah. So what brings you guys together? It's been a long time.
Well, Kemble, he's been trying to get us together for quite a long time.
These are just my best buds. I love hanging out with them.
Yeah.
And we play music really well together, so why not just do it all, right?
What was the last show?
2018, I
2018,
think, right?
yeah.
Wasn't it? We did no. Yeah, we did that little run, 2018 or 2019 at the latest.
Yes.
That was, we did L.A., San Diego.
Berkeley or something like that. Cornerstone.
Yeah, we did the Cornerstone in Berkeley.
Cornerstone,
Yeah.
Berkeley.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's nice. I like that place.
That's a great spot, too.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
awesome.
But
But-
what brings you guys together now? Like, what inspired to play again?
Well, one thing is, I mean, we're all older. Oh, my God, I'm going to go right into what if I start crying? Like,
That's
just out
okay.
the
Let's
gate.
get emo. I love it.
I'll
cry with
you
you.
know that time is precious, and well, what got us together now? We just really want to play together. It's so hard to get everybody in the same town because they're all in other successful bands.
Yes.
I have my day job or night job, whichever you want to call it.
Yeah.
No, and then we have this pocket of time, and we just call each other like, "Can we do it now? Let's just try." But this whole thing has been like a test. Like, will anybody care? Will anybody buy tickets? And it was the fastest sellout in just these 3 little shows within a week. One sold out in half a day. So that was really
It's amazing.
beautiful and gratifying, and then encouraging. And then we got these festival offers, and so
It's awesome.
this is my hope that I can steal them away, or in these perfect pockets of time from their other projects, and we just get together and have an amazing time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go
I
ahead.
think that just over time we're always sitting around, and every once in a while I'll come across a video of you know, I don't want to say our heyday because I don't believe in that heyday thing. I think you could still have your heyday ahead of you. You know,
Oh, for sure.
But we all watch these videos, and I know Kemble and I will be texting each other like, "Dude, what the fuck? This shit was fire. We need to do this again. And like she said, timing and everything else. We're both doing all this touring, and I think this time Juliette got some time off from her job and started looking at videos, and she was like,
yeah, I had
"Oh
that
shit!"
strike. my industry was on strike for like 7 months.
That's right.
I was like, rock and roll never sleeps.
Yeah.
There's no
True.
strikes in rock and roll. So
Yeah.
I was like,
So we all
yeah.
hit the inspiration button at once, and a perfect pocket of time when we're all available. So
Yeah.
It's
Well, I
meant to
think-
happen right now.
Well, there's something crazy with the licks because
Yeah.
all of us play with other people, and so we get to experience the talent that other bands bring, other artists bring, or whatever. But there's something special with this band and the 4 or 5 of us, depending on how you look at it, when we get together.
Yeah.
I always tell people best, it's like there's like this weird cosmic like electricity flowing through everyone where it's like if somebody hits a wrong chord or goes into a chorus early or something, everyone just follows. You don't have to look at each other. It's just like this magnetic thing that
awesome.
just happens.
it's flowing.
Yeah.
It's
And
flowing.
Yeah.
With other bands, you still have these great shows, you still have this stuff, but that synergy isn't the same, you
Yeah.
know? So even the older we get, it doesn't seem to fade, you know?
That's awesome. Man.
I believe you have guests on here that say flow state.
Flow state, yes.
It's
flow
flow
state.
state. It's flow
Flow
state
state,
rock
yes.
and roll.
Yeah, there you go.
That's my
Flow state.
ultimate goal. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it something special that you don't feel with the band, with the music, with the people you're playing with now? Obviously, it's something
Oh my
different.
God.
Oh no,
No, not to diss them. I'm just saying, like,
No. I have to be in flow state whenever I get on stage.
Yeah.
It's so hard to it's so hard for me to be in the moment, and I'm trying to work on meditation and all that stuff like that. But when I'm on stage playing music and I shut my mind off, you know, it comes from doing it a lot, you know.
Yeah.
Like it comes from doing it a lot with the same group of people, you know. It took me a while because I just became the bass player in the Offspring like 4 years ago. So I was thinking and concentrating and trying, but
Yeah.
now I don't have to do that anymore. Now I can just shut off and rock and get in that flow state. Well, I think what Kemble was saying, for all of us, it was like that all the time.
All the time.
You
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
like
yeah.
Like we were, it's like we left our bodies as soon as we walked on stage, and it was just a thing, you know. We were like, all right, we're here. take us.
Just
you
fearless,
know,
just fearless
You
as
know?
hell.
Yeah.
We'd be like first of like 4 or 5 on festivals, and we'd be like, oh, we're gonna act like the headliner.
I think it's always
The confidence was pretty
rookie-
intense.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
we got all that.
Yeah.
I always joke way in the beginning, like when we did Warped Tour, I was like,
I
we're like,
remember.
we're the bearded lady. You know, it's like the sight, like you're still an anomaly or you're the weirdo because I come from acting.
Yeah.
To playing, you know, really visceral, strong rock and roll. They always called us punk because I guess there's a spirit in it
100%.
that's savage.
Yeah.
But I know I had so much to prove, and they were proving it with me. So
Yeah. But
yeah.
really no special treat when you guys first come around in 2004. Obviously, you're all from other bands, and she comes
we
from
didn't get special. We
Yeah,
got all
I
those
was gonna
rookie slots. Like
Yeah.
it was almost like a after school movie or like 80s movie. You taking me under your wing and like, so here's what's gonna go on. They don't tell you the slot. They're gonna come in, bang on the bus, and be like,
Warped
you're
Tour,
up,
yeah.
11
Yeah.
a.m. and you got to be ready.
Yeah.
And
No
I'm like,
joke.
Ah.
Yeah.
That's trial by fire. For that to be your first tour, anyone that tours will tell you that's trial by fire. That was,
Yeah.
you know, they
That's a
know,
hard one.
Yeah.
They made everybody go on at 11 a.m. at some point.
I love that,
totally,
though.
yeah.
Yeah,
I seen Blink play at like 11 o'clock once.
yeah.
Like,
Really?
it doesn't really matter. Remember, somebody wanted that huge song. They wanted playing on a flatbed truck every day
Yep.
to like
The
whole
Ernie
entire
Ball
crowd.
truck.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah, I mean, even Offspring, like they were on
Yeah.
the Warped Tour, and you know Dexter has a plane, so there was a day off, so they decided to fly home, and they fly home, and when they wake up in the morning, they got a text: "You guys are on at 11."
Wow,
That's
dude.
amazing.
yeah,
Yeah, it didn't matter, man.
yeah.
It's crazy.
Is that
Yeah.
festival done? Is it coming back ever?
I heard some
I
things,
yeah.
man. I heard some things that I don't know.
You got to go away to come back.
Yeah, like y'all
It
are
would be
doing.
fun. I think. Yeah, that's exactly.
I heard they're going to do an
Yeah.
East Coast and a West Coast one again. They could put that tour back on the whole U.S. and it would still kill.
Everybody would be clamoring
Yeah,
for it.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think a lot of that stuff, that throwback stuff, people really loving that stuff now,
Yeah.
and the music of it.
It's like
It wa-
bigger than it was back then.
Yeah, it was cool seeing you post those flyers, and then next time you posted, they were all sold out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a pretty awesome feeling, man. That was
Thank
really
you.
fast,
That was
especially in LA too, man.
especially in
know what
LA.
happened
You
in LA.
never know. And they
I
were
know.
worried to book us because I have this saying, we do it all wrong, but it's all right. I don't know.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
just made that up. It's been all right because, well, meaning they want long lead time and 3 months and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But I just did a couple posts. I mean, I know we're usually good for some tickets in certain places like New York and LA, but not necessarily always. And I definitely didn't expect to sell out
Well, that's
Terragram in
Yeah,
like
it's been a
a
while
week.
too.
That's the
Yeah.
other thing
Crazy.
too.
It's
Like what
cool.
I said before, sitting around reminiscing, looking at videos, and always we're like, I wonder if they're still out there. I wonder if we could still, if one of people will still
Does
care.
anyone care?
And,
Yeah.
and this was the ultimate like
Yeah.
recognition that's still out there. You know.
And Toby, you know this too, the king of DIY. Do you know I always have to then go, do it, yourself.
Is it, oh, yeah, exactly. Me too. Yeah.
I nailed it. King of DIY. But my point is, both of you guys trained me in that spirit, actually. But it's really gratifying when you're independent because there's no machine. Nothing is running this besides the enthusiasm of your crowd and what heart we have to give and how we want to bring it.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's no PR campaigns. There's no nothing. So, and I actually remember when we were on MySpace?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I like
do.
that social media for that reason that you can hype your friends.
We should
you
bring
can
back
hype your
MySpace.
music.
We
Should
should.
I think somebody
That
tried to
should
do
be
that.
the
Justin
official-
Timberlake.
tried.
That should be the
Did they
official
buy
Juliette
it?
and the Licks website.
He tried to do
The
that.
only Juliette and the Licks website should be an official MySpace site. The only one.
Okay.
I feel like with you, Juliette, too, that there is a spirit of you that, like, obviously you love punk rock and all that and everything, but besides being like an actor, actress, whatever the term is supposed to be,
No, I don't
you're
mind.
an incredible front woman. Like, you have energy. There's so many things about you live is just so punk rock to me. So I really feel like when people saw that and realized you could actually sing and perform like that, they're like, whatever you thought people were hesitant about in the beginning, that's probably why people are really excited to see you again, you know?
That's
You
nice.
put on a great show.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, and that probably did have a lot to prove when you first came out, like a Jared Leto maybe with 30 Seconds to Mars, but because I don't even think about his history. I'm saying I know her history. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
to cross over like that, it's crazy.
Well, I think we skirted that whole actor musician thing.
Same.
You know, I remember watching it. Our first couple of shows, small places, it was a lot of movie fans and people that
Yeah.
knew Juliette from the movies, and I watched it grow from that to music fans.
Totally.
You know, and then it went to a point where it was beyond the actor band.
Yeah, and
you
you're
know,
not and you're not acting.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, people can act and go through the motions on stage, but you're not. Like,
I have people come up to me like, "Why don't you guys do a tour with like, you know, the Bacon Brothers and
Oh my God.
and you know, Jared Leto?" And I'm like, because that's exactly the point. That's not what we're doing.
I wonder if that's
you
the
know?
same for like Ice Cube becoming an actor, or the opposite. I wonder if that's the same
I always
thing.
thought so. When people would come to me and be like, "Yeah, actors always want to be musicians," I'm like, I think musicians always want to act.
100%.
JK.
There's so
it's
many,
all good fun.
but there's so many good musicians that turn into actors as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you
Hip hop
mentioned
guys
Ice
a
and-
lot.
Common.
Yeah.
Hip hop
Common.
guys are great in that crossover.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So no pressure anymore to prove anything as far as when you're on stage at this point.
Oh, please, Toby, this is what I'm working on. Internal pressure, not giving myself unneeded pressure, but I'm always trying to excel and bring it and do the best I can, and that I never coast.
Yeah.
I wish I did, but we're about to enter band practice.
Oh yeah.
So
She's,
my heart starts beating once you're saying this, but I know just one day at a time. Just one day at a time in band practice.
yeah, but she starts going off at rehearsal. Like
I believe it.
The second
it.
we start playing, she's like,
But
That's because
going
you
off.
feel it, you love
See,
it.
I get
Yeah.
tentative, like, oh my God, I called Kemble. I'm like, I'm just out of shape. But then I'll send them a text like yesterday going, we're the best rock and roll band on the West Coast. So that's like the yin and yang of an artist, really.
100%.
Yeah.
But you love it though too. You can see that you love it, and it's like, I feel like you're well respected in the music community as well.
I feel that over time, that's what the word of mouth has been, and that's really special. So even though years went by and we haven't released music and this, that, word on the street is they put on a pretty good live show.
And there's tons of
That's
videos online to see that.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
You guys did some crazy stuff, these crazy tours, and like opening up for Foo Fighters at Hyde Park, and
Oh, that
recording
was
with Dave
awesome.
Grohl and Patty Schmel, and you know what I'm saying? Like, so many cool things you did.
yeah.
I remember you told me some crazy dinners you went to on tour. And
we opened for Chris Cornell.
Chris Cornell,
I was
yeah.
even gonna just blast all the people we got lucky enough to.
Muse.
The Darkness.
The
The
Muse.
Darkness is back
Muse,
and touring.
yeah.
I
Yeah.
love
They're back?
Muse.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
I follow.
That was a fun tour.
Justin Hawk.
That was an amazing
Yeah, the
tour.
Muse and Chris Cornell.
Yeah, the Hyde Park thing. I'm always curious about like what
85,000 people, yeah.
I'm
It was
always curious
sold
about
out.
what will happen if we go back and play London. You know?
Oh,
like,
yeah.
because,
Probably awesome.
Because we had a little show booked. I want to say, when I say a little show, maybe it was about 500, a club about 500, and then we got invited to do that show at Hyde Park. It was us, Foo Fighters, Motorhead,
Angels and
Angels and
Airwaves.
Airwaves,
Oh, shit.
Queens of Stone
Queens of
Age.
Stone
Queens of
Age.
the Stone Age,
And us.
and it was like
One
95,000
stage.
people. And after
That's
we did that show, our little show sold out, and the demand for tickets was so high. We moved up to the London Astoria, which,
remember you did that.
which
Right.
isn't there
That was
anymore.
4,000, right?
Yeah, we went from like 500 to 4,000
It's crazy.
just from that show. Like
That's amazing,
Yeah.
man.
I mean,
and we sold it
slayed
out.
that
we
show.
Sold out
I
this-
can't
Yeah, we
believe.
sold
See,
it out.
these are the details I
What year was
needed.
that?
2007.
2007, yeah. that's
Somewhere
right.
around
That's
there.
when Hyde
Yeah.
Park
But we
was,
play.
Yeah.
UK is
There was
is
momentum.
the spot.
Four on the Floor was out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a lot
No,
of
no,
momentum.
no. What? Yeah. We had just recorded 4 on the
Yeah,
floor.
yeah.
right?
Yeah, that's
It's
2006.
after
That's
working
right,
with
yeah.
Dave.
Okay.
But I played there. I mean, some years ago. Not even that long ago. It's always nice.
Yeah.
I think once you build a community or fan base in certain places, they're there to stay. I'd like to
For
think.
sure.
I know my heart's in it over there.
Yeah, for sure.
There's some certain spots we hit that were really nice to us. A lot of places in Germany.
Yeah, I was gonna say
UK.
Germany.
Brazil, we need to go back to. That
Brazil's
was
incredible,
an incredibly
man.
moving show. I think we cried on stage together. Me and
Wait a minute. Wait, what was
When I get tired, I cry.
what was the GQ event that we played on that boat and it took Moretti?
Wow.
Oh,
You
yeah.
remember that?
Moretti.
Wait, was that in Italy?
yes.
Was that in
Moretti?
Italy?
You're
Oh, yeah.
Moretti.
He
Yeah.
was our tech. He was our
Oh
tech.
my God, that's right, man.
Yeah,
Dude.
Moretti, yes,
Yeah.
he was our tech.
That's right.
Yeah.
We
Wow.
played on like a riverboat, whatever it was, for this party,
Mm-hmm.
and they had to get the boat out of the channel
At a certain time.
And we
In Amsterdam.
Amsterdam. Okay,
Yeah.
so we ran late, and so we're getting off, and Moretti's like, "Oh my gosh, I got to get all the gear
love
off,"
Moretti,
and
man.
the
And
boat
the guy
leaves
just took off with our crew.
and they couldn't get him back in, and so he's trying to get everything and get off the boat
We have
while
so many Spinal Tap
Oh my
moments.
God.
He was our one man crew.
Yeah.
Like,
How did that happen,
He
Blake?
did everything.
He did
But how did
everything.
Moretti come into the mix? Because we met him on tour. He's on the hardcore scene. How'd that happen?
Well, just because met him, wrote him for someone, and we were coming to Europe, and we
That's
needed
right.
somebody, and I don't
You're
even know
like,
how.
he's solid. He's
you know
a
he
solid-
rapped. You know he's a rapper too, right?
Yep, Moretti-san.
Yeah, Moretti-san. Yeah. He has
Like
a rap
now?
song about Mitts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about Mitts?
Wait,
Our friend Mitts from Mabo back then.
we need to hear his
Mitts and the
rapping.
Rolling Ritz. Yeah, he rhymed and stuff. There's
It's
videos
pretty
of
great.
it. I didn't know you were together.
We have some stories we probably shouldn't tell on this.
Yeah, I was
Yeah, we
playing
can
myself
avoid
just out of
those.
respect.
But how about like
for-
working with Grohl in the studio? That's amazing.
Oh man,
That was great.
That was next level. That's like working with Superman, and you're like, what? Is Superman really here?
How'd that come to be?
Well, she can tell you how it came to be. But what I was going to say is, what was just as cool is that the fact that he was playing drums was because he didn't rehearse with us. We were forced to do it in a way that was so pure and live. He'd walk in not knowing the songs.
Sick.
Listen to him once, and we'd go, "Let's go," and play him live.
All power.
I think we
it's
did
so
3
sick.
takes maybe of every song.
Wow.
You know, and it was like we usually just took one full take
Yeah.
for all
Yeah,
the
we got to
basics and the
play
drums.
all in
yeah.
one room, in a
Live.
live room at Henson. And that was pretty special.
So
now I'm
how
spoiled.
did that come about?
We played some festivals with
Yep.
him, and there were certain bands that like shouted us out on stage or just gave us props. But I remember he backstage. We were with Kings of Leon. I have that picture.
Oh, that yeah.
Yeah, it was.
That was oh my God, I know the festival. Alicia was there too.
Yeah.
It was
was it
Pop
V
or something?
Festival?
V Festival. V Festival. That's
Yeah,
right.
so we were all out there just on certain festivals, and he kind of mentored me and the band,
cool.
and like was just really nice to us. And then I showed him, we had him for this certain window of time that if we didn't make it happen that time, we would.
He was about to have
lose.
his first kid.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
greatest drummer.
Yeah.
We would lose. So we're like, better rise to the occasion, get it going.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, so it's really special, and the footage of that, it's so
You
amazing.
can check
yeah.
that out online. It's
Such
the
a good
making of
documentary.
Four on the Floor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I remember that Rappaport did that mini doc about you
Yes.
guys too, which was awesome, man.
Yeah.
Him and Jason Berg.
He's so talented.
Yeah. But also you had
The
Patty.
director.
You worked with Linda.
Way
Yep.
in the beginning.
Way in the beginning,
Schimmel,
yeah,
Linda
Patty
Perry,
Hole.
Yeah.
And
Linda Perry, when I came in to do demos with Juliette, I had never met Linda Perry, and I walked in with my gear that I was using in H2O. I had like a PRS guitar and this crappy amp.
She's like,
And she
"Get
goes,
rid of that."
she's like, no. Oh yeah, she goes, you can't use any of that. I had no money, and I'm like, well, this is all I have. She goes, go on that wall, pick a guitar and take it, and go over there and pick an amp and take it. And
Damn.
she gave me like
It was a black Les Paul.
a Les Paul and a vintage Marshall amp, and
Yeah.
just like, take it with you.
Wow.
That gives me
Yeah.
goosebumps.
She's
Yeah,
OG,
it's like-
bro.
Yeah.
She had so much beautiful gear, and she's so generous, and she's so quick, and there's nothing she can't do as a producer musically.
Was she trying to take you under her wings too and help you?
I think I came to her because back way in the beginning of time, all I had was what was in my head
Yeah.
of like what I needed to get out and discover who I was as a singer. Because early on, I learned how to sing just by imitating. So I actually sang jazz more, very soft, or like Mazzy Star.
Yes.
Yeah, wait, what?
What's that Messy Star song?
He fucked me up. I was about to sing and then totally off key because I didn't know which song he was doing.
No, I hear it in my head.
What's the-
That's it.
Which one?
I don't have the key
Yeah.
right
That's
now,
the key.
so I don't want to sing it flat.
But those videos you
Give
post
me
when you
my loving 7 days a week. Okay.
That's really nice.
And so then with Linda, she helped me. She's so good, like she did with Pink, and
Yeah.
her amazing song with Aguilera is.
Oh, that's right.
She helps you find the truest
You.
of you.
Yeah, yeah.
And she really. I went to other producers who wanted to put their stamp on me, like what their idea was, sort of generic rock version, and
Yeah.
that's not who I was musically. Anyway, she's instrumental in helping
I'll
me
never
find
forget,
my voice.
I'll never forget you asked her, how do you how do you keep your voice in shape? And she
yeah.
goes, cigarettes and whiskey.
Yeah, this is before. Yeah.
She's so
like,
I know, yeah.
And I was like, oh God, 'cause that doesn't work for me. I was like, what's singing my scales
It's like
for
the
20
female
minutes?
Lemmy.
Yeah, but she's invincible
Yeah.
vocally.
But those videos you post, you and your brother singing when you were younger,
Yes.
all that. So
he
you were
played
singing
it.
for a long time.
For a long time. That's what I was going to do first. I was in these like little acting musicals, all the movies that I'm
Even Natural Born Killers, you're singing in there.
Yes, that was the first time actually that I sang in a
Yeah.
movie. That has a whole story too. my pot dealer wrote the song.
Really?
She submitted a song.
I think you
That's
sent me
amazing.
that.
Wow,
I think
what?
you sent me that song when we first met.
For a lick song?
As one of the songs.
No way.
One of the songs you sent me on the first. I feel like it was a
Born
cassette,
Bad.
maybe.
Oh, really? Oh.
Maybe it was a
Debbie.
cassette.
No, I wouldn't have had
Just
that.
like Shelter Your Needs and like.
Oh yeah, I worked with Lyle Workman,
Yeah,
this
yeah.
other guy who composes for movies
I wonder if you
now.
sang that song
But yeah,
now.
so hold on, let me clarify. That was a pot dealer in 100 years ago in
Of course.
1993
Yes.
or 94. I don't. Well, pot there. I don't think they exist now. Well, and I don't.
They
smoke
call it
pot.
flower now.
There's
Sorry.
a store on the corner.
Flower power.
There's a weed store on the corner. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
right there.
Okay. There
But
you
that's
go.
crazy, though.
Yeah. Damn. But I sang there. Yeah. That was funny.
I wonder if you did that song live now as like an interlude during the set.
Born
People would
Bad.
fucking bug out and know that song.
Oh, I'm sure they would.
It's such
Just-
yeah, that song. I sang a little off in it. She's in the jail cell. Do you know to this day? So I'm describing the character,
course.
right? So to this day,
It's not really you. We know that.
wait, no, but to this day, when I'm recording in the studio, I'll be like, yeah. So let's take it back. So when she's singing the pre-chorus and then she sings in the chorus,
By yourself.
Yes!
yeah.
and I'm like, I can't lose the language,
Yeah.
even though it's me, my own songs I wrote about my feelings, but I turn it into a she.
Right. But in a
She's
way,
still
but
a
I feel
character.
like,
in
yeah,
a
like
way,
when
you're
you get
in a
in
way
there,
with
you go
with
deep
music,
with
you're
it.
channeling someone anyway.
Yeah,
Totally.
depending on the
Like, you're
spirit
in
of the
that
song.
story.
Sorry to cut you off. Come on.
Sorry, you
No,
go.
Yeah, what were you gonna say?
we're all saying the same thing. Like she just gets in the story while she's
Yeah.
singing. You know, like
Yeah.
that version of you. Oh my gosh, the coffee just exploded my brain.
It did?
I'm sorry. Yeah, I felt a short circuit. And like like time just went.
And
Sorry.
Tar, what?
You're
and Tar,
amongst friends. Kemble channels that definite spirit when he sings. He sings full on. He's the most mellow of all of
you
us,
play a bunch
and
of
he
instruments too.
rages.
You play
Yeah.
drums. You were younger. You play all kinds of instruments, right?
Yeah.
And then who are you working
He was
with
in
now?
The Rise.
What?
The Rise.
Oh, in the Rise right now.
No.
he was.
The Rise was.
Okay.
Yeah, that was early 2000s.
Yeah.
We
Okay.
broke up a long time ago.
What are you currently working on, my friend?
Well, I just finished my album. I have my own band that I sing and play guitar for called Ages. That is just like my thing, and I play bass for Chevelle. So the Ages record's
Chevelle,
done.
wow.
We're trying to figure out what to do with that, and then Chevelle, we're working on a new record now. Was I supposed to say that? Well, I said it.
Okay.
And they do lots
Exclusive.
of festivals.
Yeah.
This is why it's hard to get us all together. 'cause
Isn't it
everybody-
crazy?
Actually, I just built a studio for those guys, and so we're working on the record in their house.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, and so like I've been the bleeps and the blops, the faders.
That's
but
cool.
yeah, it's fun.
Isn't it crazy
It's good.
how the two guitar players from the Licks became bass players in other bands, and
That
the
is
bass player in the
crazy.
Licks became
Isn't
a
it?
guitar player in another band?
Yeah,
That's
isn't that
crazy.
funny?
Yeah.
It's crazy you're playing bass too. Like
Yeah.
just knowing playing guitar
It's
your whole
fun.
life.
Oh, dude, well, check this out. So we went to Nashville. Can I talk about that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's
Okay.
go.
So we went to Nashville like a couple years ago. Oh, that was the last time I saw you.
Oh yeah, Nashville.
How many
Crazy
years has that been?
person.
That was like
I think
2021.
it was
Okay,
just
okay.
a
you
year
know,
ago,
or
year
22.
and a half.
Yeah, 22 maybe.
Okay.
We went to Nashville. We're like, oh, let's do some songs. I think we were throwing some demos around. We get in there, and we didn't bring a drummer. We were just kind of talking about like, oh, we'll just do drum machine and like whatever. I was like, well, I can play drums just so we don't have to hire somebody. Just if we're just doing demo kind of stuff, whatever. Next thing you know, we don't play any of the songs that we were talking about. we just start jamming
Jamming
and create
covers?
all this cool stuff. Todd's playing piano.
started tinkling.
I'm playing
Yes.
This
drums.
guy can play piano.
That's
man.
that song.
And so it's like
That's that
literally
song,
like
right?
we
Yes,
weren't playing
Brad
our
loves
normal
that song.
instruments,
He does,
which
yeah.
is super fun because it's
awesome.
like all of a sudden we're out of our element again. Part
Again.
of our elements, but out of our element again. Yeah, and it's just like opens up this whole new world of
Well, not to cut
creativity.
you off, but again, that's another beautiful thing. Just like I said when we recorded, it was so spontaneous with Grohl. We walked into the studio. There's a piano. I started going ding, 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 and then now there's a song.
Yeah.
Like,
So
man.
beautiful.
I love
too.
to be able to still do that in this day and age. You know,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
it's not calculated. It's like growing, like almost organically. You know?
Yeah.
Do you
Yeah.
do you write a lot of? I know you have your solo stuff. Do you write stuff in Offspring?
No.
You just straight play.
No, Dexter's the writer for Offspring. Yeah, I just play.
So this is your creative spot when you do the solo stuff and with Juliette.
Right,
and-
when I write with her and I do my I have I'm lucky enough to have an outlet for all that, and I let Dexter write the hits.
But you're a very talented songwriter, man.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
You've
dude.
always
I
been
think
like that,
so,
and it's
yeah.
nice to
Thank
see
you.
you like with your solo stuff, the Out Crowd, to everything you've been in, to Juliette and all the diversity of the songs you create. You're a really, really great songwriter, man.
Thank you, man. I
With
appreciate
a lot
that.
of great songs in H2O.
Appreciate that.
So when you go from H2O writing straight hardcore to Juliette, that's pretty much easy for you because you can write anything.
Yeah, actually, one of the songs that we played was like I had some demos that I was initially going to give to H2O.
Oh shit, really?
And the song "I Got Love to Kill."
It's more
What?
like disco.
That was gonna
it's
be
like
an
our
H2O
Blondie, it's what I
song?
call a Blondie song.
Yeah, H2O
It's a
wrote
little-
Whoa,
that
wait,
one.
that you
Yeah.
wrote that for H2O?
Yeah, but it wasn't disco when I wrote it.
I was gonna say,
it
dude,
was the same bass line.
I want to hear Toby sing
Yeah.
on that.
Yeah.
It was the same bass line,
It's a
but
disco
more
tune.
like
Okay.
hardcore drumming.
Oh,
you
okay,
know?
that makes
Yeah.
sense. All right.
Wow.
It's, yeah.
Yeah.
That was when did you write that? Was it recently or no? A while
was
ago?
right
This
when I
back
was-
when God
yeah.
Love to Kill. You
It's a
know
great
it.
tune.
Toby.
Okay.
It's the dancey song. We have like our beat 'em up songs, make the crowd dance song, and then sing a little love song to them. You know, all those
Yeah.
dimensions. I did want to say real quick because we were talking about recording. I
Yeah.
do plan to finish this EP that we'd been working on over the last couple of years. I've been working with Brad Schultz of Cage the Elephant.
Oh, awesome.
And he's an amazing producer, and so we're slowly finishing those songs. But the ones we laid down a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Anyway, why was I going to say?
Would that come out this year? Maybe a new Juliette?
I definitely want a song
Yeah,
or two
yeah.
to be coming out this year.
I want to do a new song this year too for
Yeah,
H2O.
yeah.
It's been since 2015.
Yeah. Oh, good for you.
With Max on
I got you,
drums.
bro.
Are
Oh,
you
that's so
Can we
cool.
say to him, are you down to be on the new record?
When you doing
I'm
it?
not trying to put you on blast.
No, this is
Dude,
how you
blast
get it.
him,
You got to
dude.
nail
I'm
these
just
people
saying,
down,
it's
Toby.
way overdue. We're trying to
Yeah.
do it with Max on drums this year. It's our 30th
Yeah.
anniversary of
Oh, that's
30
amazing.
years in the band this year.
I definitely got some demos.
I don't want to force hardcore audio because I
Yeah.
know you've grown up now, but I know it's your
Well,
roots.
Well, it'd be more like
No pressure.
more like What Happened style
Okay.
stuff. I have, you know.
So the listeners can hear this first. That Todd Morse is back in H2O.
Oh,
Every time I try to get out,
But you haven't been
Pull
on a
me
record.
back
It's been
in.
2009 since the last record you played on.
Yeah, you got to play on this. Is the
Yeah.
30th
With
year
Max on drums.
with
man.
your
That's the
your
coolest.
blood relatives.
okay, I'm free for 3 days in December.
Yo, we're shooting for the winter though. Yo, we're trying to do 3 songs only.
Oh
Yeah, we could do that.
Perfect.
I want like fast hardcore bangers
Yeah.
though. I want some like.
Yeah. Have your wife call my wife. We'll figure it
So
out.
that-
Well, let me say something about hardcore.
Let's go.
I'm just discovering hardcore.
It's so
at
cute.
This late in the
I
game.
love it, dude.
You see my posts. I'm
Dude,
like, yes.
people hit me up like, yo, my friend, be like, yo, Juliette just posted the flyer for Nate No Face's Valentine's thing or all these
Yeah.
different shows. You saw that band
As
Fury, who I know.
Yeah.
And you're like in the scene and
I felt born
where
again.
Yeah, where you're at now, the shows and stuff, and like it's cool.
Yeah, I like mashing it up, even though we're super rough rock and roll. Not always rough, but I just love the spirit of punk. I love the spirit of hardcore. I think rage or there's a positive
Totally.
energy, a fire that has to be that needs to stay being lit.
It is, and the hardcore, but
Is
the
that a
hard,
sentence?
no, but the hardcore scene now is
Keep it
huge.
lit.
But the shit now, like
Yes.
Scowl, there's so many bands, Drain, all
I
these
like
young
Scowl.
bands.
That's right.
Yeah.
They're killing it now.
Yeah, we
so
wanted
more
to play
female
with Scowl.
vocalists in different bands now. It's like it's bigger than it ever was. I think.
Yeah, I love Turnstile too.
Turnstile.
Fucking
I
homies.
only
Yeah.
just got into Idols.
Yo.
They're not
Well,
hardcore.
the homies
but-
are the
Idols
best.
Oh
is
my
great.
God.
Idols is great.
Which
I
band?
had no
Idols.
idea.
Oh yeah, I
Idols.
see. Yeah, Idols is
Idols
sick.
is sorry to cut you off, but Idols reminds me of the old school style.
Yeah.
Like no one's done that style in a while. The talky like kind of vocals, like the Minutemen, almost like the
Yeah.
Minutemen.
Yeah.
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 With
So
those
great.
big bass lines.
Yeah.
And do you know
lot of
Armory of
noise.
Hell? Wait,
No.
Armory of Hell- is
School
that
me,
what-
tell me.
hold on. Is that the anyway? You go to your next question. Let me see if I'm
Armory of
getting the
Hell.
song the band name.
I'm trying to think how many records you guys do have out. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. So there's 3 full-length albums. Was it more?
I
It's
Like
think
a
that
Vocal
seems
Lightning, You're
about
Speaking
right.
My Language, and 4 on the Floor.
Yeah, I think Like a Bolt of Lightning though is like what 5 songs, so
It's an
technically
EP.
Oh,
EP.
shit, sorry.
Yeah.
Wait.
You can play it on here.
No, they're called Full of Hell.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah, wait.
You know them?
Armory. What?
Yeah. Full of Hell is heavy.
Where they from? This is a big shout out for them. The pod.
That's just the
Dude.
opening.
Okay.
It's
Yeah, that
just
sound like
Do you ever
He
get
takes
into
you
the?
down into hell.
Do you
It's
ever get into that?
amazing.
I think it's the first Black Breath record, the one where it's like the hammer smashing the glass.
No.
Oh my gosh.
Black Flag, you mean?
Black Brett. No, dude.
Black bread.
Well, Damage record is smashing. The
Yeah,
glass.
there is.
Yeah, that's right.
Look at that. Calling him out on the podcast.
Juliette, where do you find your new music these days? Is it from online or like how do you find new music?
Yeah.
Pops up in your feed or something or?
I was such a nerd
On the
for so
TikTokers?
long. No, not the TikTokers.
Forums, bro.
No. But some people are like, yeah, are you on Spotify? And for a minute, I had that big stance, like, no, not until they pay the artist.
Yeah.
But it is a good way to find music.
Yeah.
Much more convenient. I think they've changed some of the way they pay
There
artists.
are people working on it.
It's
working hard on
moving.
increasing the royalty.
Yeah,
rate,
a little bit moving. But how do I find it? It's just from friends, like old school style. Like, hey, check this out. Always when I talk to artists I'm fans of, they always share music.
Yeah.
Like I found Nate No Face from IG. I don't even know who I was following.
It's cool.
His manager, I geeked out about my Dodge. He owns a Dodge, so
Awesome,
I'm just a dude amongst dudes.
No, I love that. I love that you're like looking for new stuff and finding new stuff. Yeah.
I think it was also because I was in these TV shows for 2 years straight, so it was my escape. Is always like music, and then the car. I just fell in love with.
What's that day like? How early are you getting up and when are you getting home?
You want me to walk you through?
I do.
Just for like a regular TV show?
Yeah,
Yeah, you're getting up at sometimes 4:30 on a Monday. It's usually 4:30 call, and you usually. I remember second season back to Yellow Jackets.
I was gonna say, can we stay in the end of the show?
Huh?
Yeah, I love the shows. By the way, you were great in that show. By the way, it's awesome.
It was
show.
a 16-hour day, door to door. So what that means from when you're picked up to the. Here's what I have to say about that industry. I'm about to do this movie, and the first thing the director said, he was like, "Oh yeah, we cap our days at 11 hours." I was like,
Oh,
"What?"
amazing. Wow.
So you can individually make a relatively normal schedule, because this is my stance. I want that industry.
But you understand, for us, 11 hours still sounds like a lot.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, that is a walk in the park from where I come from.
Unless it's like a European flight or something. Yeah.
11 hours is a calm, lovely, easy breezy day. They don't do 8 hours, but that's the problem. Is that industry's normalized a 15-hour workday, and there's nothing good goes on after 11 hours.
That's why I asked the question. I think about you.
Think about my nervous breakdowns I've had.
I just think about like Juliette, like dragging her ass in at 5 a.m. and like.
And then look what I'm emoting: death and despair. No wonder I've lost my mind just a couple times.
Are you not a morning person?
The morning not 4:30 a.m.
Yeah, that's
not the morning.
That's not
no, it's crazy.
The middle of the night. Terrible.
Not to talk about somebody else, but I see Mark Wahlberg posting the 4 a.m. club.
Yes.
Do you see this dude?
That's insane,
He works out
dude.
at 4 a.m. He's done by like 5. Like all his boys.
But he goes to bed like before 8 o'clock.
He has to.
I do love the idea of like my dad's hours where you wake up when the sun's up. I've been on hiking retreats. Oh, I love that so much.
That is nice. That's nice.
But you don't go to the gym. You go sit outside, have coffee for like an hour or two.
Listen to the birds
Yeah,
as they're
just chill.
talking to each other.
Don't you feel like the work as far as being a musician it's the travel. It's not what on stage is the best part. It's the travel, leaving your family, the no sleep, that finding good food, jet lag. That's the work to me.
That's
I
the
think.
quote. I get paid to travel. I rock for free. That's
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 good.
a great
I
quote.
like that.
That's funny.
It's so true. That's what it feels like work though. Sitting on the flights and freaking. I hate the travel there.
And you know what? You have to, whatever music you're doing, whatever band you're playing with, you have to love it and enjoy it enough so that moment, that hour or whatever it is on stage makes it worth all the rest of it.
100%.
That's why some bands just don't make it, because just all the other stuff doesn't
Gets in the way.
The reward's not enough for the for all the other stuff. Yeah.
For our little coach.
It was terribly
coach
articulated, but
do you Julia, do you feel like a different release from acting and then performing and singing and stuff? Is it two different highs?
Totally two different things. But I love acting because I love people and complexities and also just unearthing humanity within stories.
Yeah.
And trying to do things in a way unlike anything you've ever seen. Mm-hmm. It's just I'm always aiming for a fresh take on anything I do. And so musically though, that's where to me that's much more about alchemy of the band and the songs we've played. But the challenge is similar in that you're trying to make something like shows we've done over the years, same songs every single night. You're trying to make
Same
it
as us.
fresh. Yeah. Like you just they know, like when we used to be on wrote, I was so obsessed with breaking up the formula, and so we would write little interludes.
Interludes are the best, man.
Yeah, and to make some tension.
Keep it fun for you guys, too.
Mm-hmm. But now I'm able to also just play some songs and enjoy myself in a whole different way.
Yeah.
Because I miss it so much.
That's a sign of a strong song or a strong bunch of songs is if you can still do it and still get into it. And honestly, let's face it, the energy of the crowd is what helps you do it.
Yeah.
100%.
Absolutely, yeah.
How are you guys? Good, Kim.
I was just gonna say, as a musician, you got to realize that you're there for the people too. And so, like, I've played with a ton of people that will be like, "Oh, I don't want to play a song. I freaking hate this song. Sorry."
It's okay.
And it's like, I get it. You don't like the song, but all those people really love it, and that's why you're up here. Is because they're supporting you. So give them something that they want.
Totally.
You know, you can still give it your new twist or whatever, but give them something that they're looking for.
Yeah, I agree with that too, but I don't like I went and saw some people perform and they changed the song that I love completely because they're bored with it. It doesn't sound like the same song.
Yeah.
That bothers me.
There's
man.
a catch-22 because part of me is like, oh, we saw The Cure and we're like, I will go with you anywhere on your journey. Remember the whole middle? It was bookended with hits.
Yes, it was.
But the middle zone was he was trying out new material.
Yeah.
But it was so profoundly moving and beautiful. We went on that journey. I didn't know what song this was. But he brought it back with all the hits.
All the hits at the end, man.
Yeah.
But it's also, you want to have fun too, I mean, stay creative and not get bored of the same songs.
Sure.
I do have to say something that's happened, and I'm surprised about it. I've been listening to our old music, and I'm in love with it in a way I never thought. Because I'm sure you've gone through this where you're like, I'm kind of over this record or these handful of songs. And now we have a problem of creating the set list because I'm kind of like in love with songs we didn't even play before. But again, band practice is coming. We'll see what happens.
Seventh Sign.
Oh, dude, I listened to that the other day and I was like, "Wow, this could be cool."
That one popped up for me the other day. I forgot all about that.
Some of them I don't do if my lyrics are too juvenile. Like some of my lyrics are a little junior high school. He's talking about some real early songs. I mean, some of them are positive junior high school, but anyway, I'm not gonna play.
Can I ask?
You convinced me.
Can I ask Juliette a question that's totally out of?
Let's
not,
go.
Not even what we're talking about.
Let's go.
Actors that stay in character the whole time, annoying or awesome?
Wait.
Come on.
I've worked with
You mean like on lunch break?
Method.
Oh yeah, they
No,
never.
I've worked with some real fun actors.
I've heard mixed reviews of Jim Carrey on the set of what was it?
The Moon one.
Yeah. No.
Andy Kaufman.
Andy Kaufman. Yeah.
I heard that too.
Oh yeah.
I can't generalize because I've worked.
There's
with
a bunch.
De Niro, Woody Harrelson.
De Niro does that?
Woo.
Well, De Niro's known to be method, but he's not
He's hard.
acting like a sociopath. When we were, but no, this is the
He can do what he
thing.
wants.
Young actors will be, they hear these urban legends of like De Niro stays in character all the time. I worked with him as Max Cady. He was in between takes. I mean, he did some wild stuff like because Marty, the director, told me he was like in his trailer. Singing in tongues with like a gospel lady, like that was his prep. But here's
I
the
like
thing.
that.
Oh, it's so awesome.
Yeah.
And then Marty would come to my trailer and we would just talk about the scene, and he told me, oh, that's what De Niro's doing to prep. But the thing is, I didn't know about that. Once he came on the set, I don't know what his prep is, and that's the sign of a professional. He shows up on time. He knows what he's doing, and he commits like he's De Niro. Look at me talking about the king.
I'm fascinated by
too.
that because like I wonder like.
Well, I have to tell you, then I worked with an actor who's a friend of mine who stayed in character like when we'd be having lunch.
Yeah.
And the difference is like I commit really intensely and the character will stay in me, but I'm not.
You don't have to.
But I have to let go because I have to have a break. But he was fully in character, but I was like, you do you, babe. Whatever you got to do to make this happen.
Are there any characters you did that stuck with you after the movie?
People ask that, and it's not
like it's hard to get that character out of your head.
Actually, somebody just was asking this, and I was saying, I give the life to the character. It's not the other way around. So it's, I mean, there's some when you. Well, let me give you this example. Playing Yellow Jackets for 5 months. First of all, I'm not used to those. because I come from movies, so just in my DNA, you're like in and out relatively, either a month or 3 months at the most. But to play somebody who doesn't smile and who's in traumatic despair for 5 months, it's hard. That was
on
hard.
your mental.
Yeah. It doesn't say I'm like happy to leave it, but it's hard because you're flexing certain muscles all the time.
Right.
Yeah, I try to analyze.
You don't get
what
to
that's
laugh.
about.
You know.
Not really. Not a lot of jokes.
But then if you're working all day, you only have a couple hours like to eat, shower, go to bed, watch some TV, and get out of that character for a little bit.
Yeah,
go to
people
sleep.
don't think about that.
I know.
No.
They think it's all glam.
Shake it off.
know.
No, even when you're done, you're grinding. You're setting up for the next episode. That's why TV's a grind. Some people are conditioned; they do it better than me. I'm not. I'm more of a movie person. Like just because I like shorter commitments.
Yeah, you remember when Joaquin did that character? He was a rapper and he grew out some dreads. He was doing all the talk shows.
Yeah.
Did it for like a year.
It was like that
Oh, he's
documentary
pretending to be a
style
rapper.
thing.
Yeah, and he was rhyming. He had like crazy dreads in his hair. That was a crazy moment too.
I know
He's incredible, by the way.
He was doing Andy Kaufman.
It was very
and he was on
Kaufman-esque.
talk
Yeah.
shows, and people
Yeah.
didn't know if it was real or fake.
Yeah.
Did you watch?
That
I
was
never watched
insane.
the actual movie. Was it any good?
Which one was it?
Was it a real movie? I thought he was making
it was.
up.
It was like it was like the docu style,
guy-
right?
When the-
Yeah.
With Casey Affleck.
What?
He's trying to talk secret, but with a mic.
We're on a podcast,
Yeah,
bro.
well, that's my podcast. the guy poops on his chest in the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, in real life?
In the movie where he's got the dreads. It's true.
There's
You know what I'm talking about?
That's commitment.
I
Is
mean,
that real?
Nobody's. I don't know. I can't
Hey, I'm talking to my
remember.
editor. Hey, Joe, cut this
Why
out.
is he
If
looking?
it's not real.
to
Talk about
you
method.
Like
Because
you
I
know
watched it. I've seen it, but I don't remember.
Talk about method.
Are you gonna show it to me?
Keep talking.
Oh, I thought
Where's
he
the
was
mute
gonna show it to
button?
me. I thought he was telling
Where
me
are
to
we
go with
hiding
him.
from?
He's gonna show it to
What
me
if
on
we
YouTube
shut
or
both
something.
those doors and then this took off like a
Are we being
spaceship?
watched right now? There's a camera in there.
No, it's just crazy because there's like that's what happened in the movie. Like his chest got pooped on or something like that.
Yeah, crazy. Yeah, I
Well,
don't
are
remember
you
that
just
for some
saying
reason.
hearsay? Or
No, that's
a-
the character that he was building around this whole movie, this documentary. Follow him. He was rapping at like bougie parties in LA.
Yeah.
He was in Vegas on a table rhyming.
Okay.
And then his boy comes in and shits on his chest and he's in the hotel room. I swear to God.
I
This
don't
is
know
real.
what
I don't know why I don't
context
remember
that
that.
this would work.
Yeah.
Me either. It's a real. I swear. Hey, Joe,
All right.
Joe, check for the facts on this. Listen to the podcast. This is my editor. I'm talking to my editor. Yeah, that's a true story. Though.
Yeah.
Is he in a van outside?
No,
in
he's
the
not.
editing bay.
Hey, Joe Vasion here. Actually, Juliette, I am not in an editing bay. I am in the alley outside. And I have to say that Toby is correct. The movie is called I'm Still Here. Came out in 2010. And someone most certainly does take a shit right on Joaquin Phoenix's chest. Over and out.
It's okay.
Yes.
Todd
This
Morse.
is cracking me out, bro. Okay.
So, are you the first person out of this group to leave the band in 2008?
Oh my God! Look at it.
I
Oh, look at Kemble.
don't
Kemble
know
left
what
the
you-
room.
yeah, no, the guy
no,
that
the
just-
guy
that
who
just
left
left.
first.
Okay,
He
okay.
just fucking left.
Oh, he was the one who took. Oh, yeah, he left and joined the Rise in 2007.
No, he didn't join the right. You get your back straight.
He was in the Rise in Texas before he even came out to join Juliette Lewis.
But 2007, he did left though.
Kemble.
No, he left before that.
Yeah, I don't know what year it was, but we joke. We're now.
Why'd you leave, man? I'm just kidding. He's back.
I love that we're all middle aged because he was the baby of the band.
Yeah.
At
The
one
baby.
point, he was the baby.
How old is he? 40s?
He's like 60s.
It's a mystery.
Dude, he's so young.
I know.
He's so young.
Yeah.
But he has a little gray in his beard now.
What was
He's
that?
not that young anymore. Did he hit the 4-0, that guy?
Was this?
Sure.
Was
I
Todd?
should know this.
What's this crazy story? Like Juliette Lewis played this show, and you were like at a Elton John's with David Blaine or some shit.
Oh, that's a great story.
Oh, that's a good. Okay, I'll let him talk in 1 second. For a while, we had this track record of just getting kicked out of places.
I love it.
Yeah.
This is a badge of honor for most bands, but
Totally.
we had revelry. It was like too much joy.
It was a lot of joy. Juliette was
Were you,
doing.
were you partying like crazy at that time?
Yeah, Juliette.
it was.
I mean, you know, more
got
than
his
now.
drinks.
Yeah,
Yeah, you have a little drinks.
But Juliette was doing a play in the West End in London. What was the name of the play? Do you want to
Fool
say?
for Love. Is
Fool for Love.
Yeah, Sam Shepard play. It was really exciting.
So she's like, I'm gonna be in London for a couple of months. Why don't you guys come out here, stay at a hotel, and we'll rehearse.
When I was ending that, we were then about to go on tour.
I was out of the country for 4 months straight.
I remember that.
Yeah, because remember me and you went to Japan after that.
Yeah, I think we all. That's where
guys
the
are
meltdowns.
grinding.
Yeah.
Well, that's where the meltdowns began.
Okay.
I didn't know you don't work. You're
So-
not supposed to tour like
Do I have
that.
to defend myself here?
So, anyways, while she's doing the play, other people, her friends of hers, are out there seeing the play, and David Blaine and Woody Harrelson were there when we went to the play, and somehow we all got invited to Elton John's house.
House.
His
David
London
Furnish.
house. Yeah.
How did
Yes,
we?
I have no idea, but the Killers were there.
Yeah,
Ronnie
yeah.
Benucci.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, and he says that
Ronnie!
famous sentence.
What?
But David Furnish said, "We're here with the Killers and Natural Born Killers." I don't know the line. It was a good. It was
That's
like
kinda
wah,
hard.
wah.
That's
It was
cool.
good. It was
Anyway,
good.
shout out to Ronnie Benucci, who I saw in Australia not too long
We
ago.
love him.
Biggest
So-
hi-hats in the game.
Because what?
Dude, he's
Hi-hats.
Hi-hats.
he's so good. He's so good.
He's so good.
So we. Oh well, before that we went to the GQ Awards, right?
Okay.
And Rod Stewart's like a hero of mine.
I know.
And we're sitting there, and Russell Brand is talking and he makes a joke about sleeping with Rod Stewart's daughter.
That was that
and
moment.
Rod Stewart stands up. Do you remember this? And he's
Yeah.
like, "I'll come up there and fuck you up right now."
Wow.
Call
We
me.
didn't
Everybody
know were
goes
they
silent.
jokes or we didn't know. It was not
I don't know,
jokes.
but
Yeah.
I
He
don't
wasn't
know.
It was like the
having
Will Smith thing, but back then.
And I was
kinda,
like
yeah.
so
Yeah.
proud. I was like, I love Rod Stewart. So then after that all happened, I went up to him and I go, "Listen, I'm a huge fan. I'm here with my band, Juliette Lewis. Could we please take a picture?" He goes, "Best answer." He goes, "I don't know. You any good?"
Yeah.
and I go, "Well, your buddy Ronnie Wood just saw us in Ireland." He goes, "That's my brother. Come on over here." We took this picture with him. It's
Yeah.
iconic. I still have
It's
it.
hard to find on the internet, but yeah, it's like the one superstar
That's
moments.
cool.
And it was super cool. And then the next night, we got invited to Elton John's house, and there he was. And I go,
Yeah.
I come walking out, I go, "Ron, how's it going, man?"
He doesn't
He was
know
like,
you.
"Who the fuck
Who
are
the fuck
you?"
is this guy? But tell him how we got kicked out. I believe we got like gently ushered out of the party. Well, I'll just tell him.
Because we were
guys?
touching statues.
No, I don't think you
Well-
remember. Well,
Yeah.
No.
he was fondling or making fun of the erotica. There were statues. They were.
There was
house?
Yes.
one statue in particular that
okay,
was
tell me
amazing.
about
That's royalty,
I
man.
have to interrupt you on this one because
Yeah.
Todd
Tell him
and I-
about the statue.
Todd and I were, we're a little deep on the sauce, right? So we're having a great time, and Todd and I are next to the statue, and it's like a Thor-size human statue, and it's not just this dude flexing or whatever. It's a sculpture of a guy giving himself fellatio.
Fellatio.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
And
his
it's
penis is a dagger.
His penis is a dagger, so he's stabbing himself in the throat with his own wiener, and it's a mosaic.
High art.
Yeah,
High
and it's a
art
mosaic, so it's like you hit lights on it, it's like all mirrored, cut up mirrors or whatever.
Wow.
And Todd and I are kind of giggling and looking at it, and we hear like a sniffle, and we're like, "What is that?" We look over, and it's Elton's husband, and he's like kind of crying on the steps, and we're
Stop
like,
it.
"Yeah."
What?
And Todd and I go, "Are you okay?" And we sit down and console him. And the reason he was so upset is because I don't know if you guys remember this. We walk in, and there's a story
I don't know
after
this
this story
at
with
all.
this same girl, same night. This girl walks in, like her and her model friends or whatever. She's got, I remember this long green dress, and the walkway into his house, right in front of the doors, these huge like pots, like plant pots, you know, but they're just empty.
Lanterns,
Yeah. Yes, thank you. And the dress gets caught in one of them, and instead of stopping, she kind of like fumbles and like pulls it, and just sends this thing right off the edge and
Someone
smashes.
had already smashed something.
Oh,
before
so
And it's
we
like-
you
got
guys
It's like
weren't.
millions of dollars, just this thing, and so he's crying
I
because
didn't know
because
that.
Elton wasn't there. Unfortunately, Elton was out of town.
He was
just
having a
invited-
rager, I guess.
Elton wasn't
at the
even there at
house.
his house.
No,
No.
and so he was
But he
crying.
let all these rock and rollers
Yeah.
over, I guess, and then the models caused trouble.
Yeah,
There
yeah.
you go.
Well, then when I started taking pictures,
Jokes.
trying to lick the butt of the
Oh my
of the
God.
statue.
This is your brother.
They got bent out of shape because someone had already broken.
No pun
something.
intended.
So that's probably why.
Yeah. Oh.
Bent out of shape.
Hey, because that was a statue. The statue was a little
I
bent.
know. Fellatio with a knife. Jesus.
But dude, check this out. So the after this party, we leave, and I don't know if you came with us, Jail, or
Probably
not, but
not.
it was pretty much like Todd and I and I think Womack and David Blaine, and we go to this party that they'd asked us to go to, and we all go there.
I don't know.
I don't know
But
if she
go
came.
on. He's gonna edit all this out. It's
Yeah,
so boring. Go on.
Yeah, so we get there, and there's like nobody in this club, but there's like a red rope in front of this table. We get to the table, we sit down, and there's a bottle of Grey Goose on the table. we're all just chatting. Next thing you know, this girl comes up, the girl that broke the freaking vase or whatever.
That was the same girl.
The same girl, and we're just like, dude, we haven't even poured a drink or anything. We're all
You're
just
ruining
chatting.
this party now.
Yeah, she comes over, and David grabs the bottle of Grey Goose, which is probably like 1,000 pounds because the upcharging or whatever. Grabs the bottle. She hands. She doesn't even say anything. She just puts her hand out with a champagne flute, like give me some Grey Goose, whatever.
Yeah.
And he opens the bottle, pours the whole thing out on the table, on and around her glass.
Oh my God.
Not in her glass.
To prove a point.
Empties the whole thing, keeping eye contact the whole time. As soon as he puts it down, takes his glass, eats his glass, and starts
eating
bleeding.
the champagne
Stop
glass.
it! I
Starts-
don't know
You were
any
there.
of this.
Dude,
I
David
watched
Blaine,
him
this is
bleed.
David Blaine?
Yeah,
David Blaine.
and
Jesus.
he
Blaine, I didn't
swallows
even know
it,
this
and he
story.
starts bleeding from his mouth.
Stop it.
And we all look at each other. We're like, we gotta go. And
I
we
swear-
left.
I swear you
we
were
were there for like 10
I
minutes.
feel like you were there. He started just eating the champagne glass.
I mean, I do have a necklace that he gave me from that night,
Yeah.
but I mean, that's
We
it.
were there straight up 10
I
minutes.
didn't know he ate glass and his mouth bled.
Yeah. And dude, the girl's face was just like, oh my gosh.
So
really?
disgusting.
You missed my
Anyway,
glass.
that was some
Well,
fun
he
times.
went
So,
a little too far with
Let's
it.
get to
Yeah.
the mental breakdowns in Japan.
Okay.
So you guys are just exhausted and touring and
Yeah.
nonstop, and you're not really used to that kind of lifestyle, Juliette.
Well, here's what I did because this is what's so neat about being the age I am now. Because to echo Todd used to always say this phrase. I forgot. If it's not fun, I don't want to do it if it's not fun, or
That's great.
Something, if it's not fun, it's not worth it.
Yeah.
And my whole approach to creativity was like, what? Fun? I don't even think about fun. I think about like the struggle and putting everything into it and all the unearthing your pain and then having release. Anyway, the long story short is he's right. If it's not fun, what the fuck are you doing?
So true.
And I
man.
was so into, here's what happened is because I had success early on in the movies
Yes.
at 19, 20, didn't know what to do with it, took all my opportunities for granted because I was super introverted, lost my anonymity at that age, was nominated for an Oscar. Don't pull out the tissues. Look, poor me. The point is I didn't know how to deal and I think I took things for granted. And then I also disappeared. I quit show business. So my point is when I started my band late in life at age 30, I didn't want to I had this crazy work ethic of like, no, we can't rest on our laurels.
Yeah.
We can't take days off. Even when the booking agent would come to me and be like, hey, I have 2 days off here in Ireland. I was like, what? 2 days off?
Yeah.
Because I'm starting to think of the money, the business part.
Totally.
And then when I had 104 fever in Ireland, I was like, oh, this is why. And I don't know if I can sing. And then I had so much to prove because people are expecting you to be flaky as an actor.
Totally.
So anyway, I created my own crazy pressure.
Yeah, but you know that
Todd was so light and crazy in a great way.
But you know what? But you know what?
Kemble too.
Thank
Even though he left me and I had to hire somebody else.
I love working that much though. Like as much as it was hard, I love working that much. And that drive that you had, where it wasn't just fun for you, you made a band soar to a size that in a matter of like 4 years.
It's crazy.
That I've never seen that trajectory. And so
That's facts.
And to this day, if too many days go by and I'm not doing what I do, I go insane.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I enjoy a day off here and there, but I would rather be playing at least every other night.
Yeah.
You know?
We have no days off still in Europe. It's just
Yeah.
14 shows in a row this summer, then 16.
My God. See, then I
no
meet
days
people
off.
like this savage guy.
I just don't like
here.
days
Puts
off.
me to shame.
No, I just don't like days off because I'd go crazy and I'm out there like I'm losing
Yeah.
money. I'm sitting around.
That's
in
it.
Europe.
Yeah.
I'm missing my family. I'm in Germany somewhere on
Yeah.
a fucking day off in the woods or something.
But I mean, here's the thing that I learned: like when you have a good show, and we played the little stages in
Yeah.
festivals to the main stages the next year, stuff like that. I never really could enjoy the moment because I was running so much of like, there's thousands of other bands wanting to come up. Like, what makes why should we have success? I don't know. I had such a trip about it, but it's like it is important to acknowledge when things are going good and just take a nice breath.
At that point, you literally like, fuck acting. I'm only focused on music. I'm turning down roles. I'm not even.
I'm trying not to say 100% because this is not a. Oh no! I watched this bit with Key and Peele.
Yeah.
I love them.
So good.
Am I
dude.
saying it right?
Yeah, Key and
Yeah,
Peele.
Key and
Oh my God! There's a whole bit where the he's interviewing a football player. It's pretend, and he's like, 100%. We go out there and we just make a move, blah, blah, 100%. And he's like, okay, let me ask you something that's not about football. And it's just saying the same.
100%. But you were just like, I'm focused on music. You were burnt on that world.
Well, not burnt. I just
100%.
knew that. I this is what I said to the booking agents, and nobody trusted me. Everybody was like, well, what makes, if we book this tour, that you're not just going to up and leave when you get offered a movie? And I was like, because the same work ethic, when I have a movie, I don't up and leave that movie for another movie.
Yeah.
I got offers I got to turn down once I'm committed. So that's the irony, is my commitment and my work ethic served me really well for touring and staying committed to those.
Yeah, and for you guys, you just had this at that moment, right? It wasn't
Yeah.
nothing else, right? It's Juliette Lewis.
Because
we were kind of playing you back and forth with us.
Yeah, that was before Offspring, and yeah, and I was just like I said, we had a little hiatus before that, and all I knew was touring.
I know.
And I was just like needing to get back.
I did Hazen Street, and then you did Juliette.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's right.
And so were you ever worried about her getting a movie and all being over as well, like getting a crazy role, and she had to
I
really?
can't remember.
That you
if
couldn't
I
say
did.
no to.
I can't remember if I did, but I feel like the more we booked tours, the more I was sure that this is what we were doing. You know? Like
we would talk about it because she's such an amazing actress. So you're like, of course, why wouldn't you do that?
Yeah.
But then when we're on the road, it's like, well, you saw the passion, and so you're like, well, why wouldn't she do this, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, from what, like, looking from the outside in, we worked so hard, especially her. She worked as hard as I felt like we were working. She was working like 10 times harder than us. Like, she was going to interviews before we even woke up. She'd be doing like all the way up to the stage.
Oh yeah, we do the morning radio.
Yeah.
We'd stay up all night, do the morning radio, and then do a show that night. Like,
Yeah.
the whole thing.
That's when I learned that then next tours, I was like, no press. I'm barely doing
Sleep's so important.
Sleep's so important. And I didn't
voice
think,
too.
and for the voice, I was constantly stressing, but I didn't think doing 5 hours of interview. The thing is, I had this
Talking.
that people saying, do you think anyone will take you seriously? Do you think anyone will take you seriously? What about this band? Do you think, I got asked that for
so
5
annoying.
hours, and it'll, first of all, I never even thought about, I'm not thinking of what other people think. I'm thinking about what I need to do. Anybody who does music knows they need to do it.
100%.
You need to express what you need to express.
Hundy.
Hundo.
But were you doing? Do you ever lose your voice on tour? Were you doing vocal warm ups?
Yeah, I did all of that, and it's psychological. So any stress, you're gonna put it on the one thing. And but I do have to say, he started by saying, "Who left?" It was Kemble, because he had to fly. What's it? Spread your wings, because he'll tell you himself.
You were the first one to go.
But he was a solo. He was meant to be a solo artist, and I have everyone on borrowed time sometimes.
That was 2007, I think.
A little bit.
And you were how old?
25,
24.
He's still 25. Look at this
Yeah,
I know.
I mean, it's one of those decisions I kind of wish I didn't make, because I
feel that from you on a regular
I
basis.
felt that.
Yeah.
Well, and I got
regret.
But it's also like,
Let's
I don't
pretend
know,
it didn't happen.
I mean, if we want to go deep, but I won't go too deep. But it's one of those things I didn't want to do.
Yeah.
I didn't want to leave, but it was like we were working so hard and like butting heads, everybody. And I kind of got to a point where I didn't know if we all trusted each other, if we were trying to like climb ladders over each other, or what was happening, because we never stopped. You know what I mean?
And so
You made a young and foolish decision.
He was,
I did,
he was
100%.
having his own
Well,
breakdown, though.
I
Give us time.
was.
Go.
Yeah, no, I was.
Give
I
us
was.
time.
You made
I
me
was
emotional hearing this shit.
no,
now.
I
Oh,
always
dude.
thought it was good.
Yeah. No, I was kind of like, I felt like it was like a breaking point for me, like, unfortunately. But yeah.
And it was right before I was like, we've been working so hard to get, to get an opening slot.
Yeah.
Like, we finally got the support from Muse, or it was right before getting our
huge.
support slot. And then Chris Cornell. So we were finally getting like other amazing bands to take us on. But I know that feeling when you have to do what you're needing to do.
That's all you got, man.
And then I handled it, because I have this thing, if I know someone wants out, I'm like, okay, we're done, bye. Like, that was sad, and I didn't.
You
give
don't want to
any
deal with the
breath.
emotions of it.
No, and I didn't want to, and so I didn't. He was willing to be there for like a month longer, and then I got someone on the fly, like really quick, just because
There's a machine to keep
the
going.
loyalty. I don't know.
It was kind of strange. I'll say that, because we were on tour and then I was off the tour.
Once you said that.
Because somebody got in. But I wasn't rude about it. Like I gave the guy my gear because I was like, if you're taking my spot, don't bring in like a Mesa Boogie, like mega distortion amplifier. Like you got to play this right. You know what I mean?
Mesa Boogie.
Yeah.
Is
So-
that not a good? I don't know much.
They're awesome if you want to do like metal and stuff like that.
Okay.
You know,
Don't
Todd
me-
Morse with H2O.
don't Mesa Boogie
Don't be
this-
bringing that PRS. You know
Don't
what I
try
mean?
to fucking Mesa Boogie this outfit.
So I remember it was in L.A. It was on the Chris Cornell run. We had done some things, and then in L.A. I got off the bus. The guy got on. I said, "Don't bring your gear. Bring your guitar, whatever. But this is your amp."
Who was it?
That's a crazy
Was
moment.
It
it
was
Johnny?
Johnny. Yeah.
Polanski.
That's a crazy moment. You're leaving, he's coming in.
Yeah, it was a bummer. But it was like at the time, you're like, okay, I need to do this. But then
It was hard.
as the
My
bus
other
rolls,
thing-
you're just like, oh man.
It was a bummer. But the other thing too was I had my big work ethic thing. Like I've wanted to leave jobs and then halfway through, I can't.
I know.
I would get sued. So I had this
Yeah.
whole like, but music is a different animal. There's
It
not
is.
like corporations involved. But I've been
Yeah.
on just some shows where I'm like, okay, I'm halfway through. I got a month and a half left.
Yeah.
Acting gigs. So anyway.
Did you
It was
regret
100
it
years
when
ago.
you did it? Did you know immediately that I shouldn't have did that?
I mean, you're kind of putting me on the spot on this one because this story goes pretty deep. I don't even think we've talked about it.
Oh,
Like
wow.
the reason I left.
Yeah, maybe let's get through these shows.
Okay.
Yeah. You know. So I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to leave. Let's just say that.
Okay, we're not
I
going to
didn't
have a
want to
therapy
quit.
session. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I don't even remember what's happening. But
Yeah.
I just know it's hard times.
But
Yeah.
hold on, can we have
Yeah.
a moment here? Maybe you guys could have a hug, and we could say,
Well,
"But
we-
here you
yeah.
are.
We
Here
can
you
hug
are."
it
Yeah.
out.
Hold on, but here you are.
Yeah,
Right?
because
So-
I don't quit. I mean, I did quit,
Yeah.
but I don't quit.
Oh
You
no,
know what I mean?
there's no shame in this.
Yeah,
What
yeah,
is
yeah,
is
yeah,
what
yeah.
is.
This is a sick moment
Yeah.
right now.
This is
I love
what's
this.
supposed to be. You were supposed
Yeah.
to believe then, and I wasn't gonna hang on
It's
much.
still in his heart.
Here's my
Yeah.
thing: is
Yeah.
I don't know shit about how to make money selling records or songs.
Yeah.
So I was in over my head, like learning how to sell T-shirts. Like what? Fuck! I got into music to learn how to sell merch.
You don't make money off the records?
No,
Oh,
yeah.
man.
I don't even know how to do that yet. I
Yeah.
hope to figure it out someday. But
And then how long
The
did,
shows.
did you last until you left after that?
oh my god,
You were like 6 months or 4 months after me. You were
God,
pretty.
I don't know.
You were
Did you get
pretty
the
quick.
Offspring offer?
No, I had nothing. I had nothing.
Wow.
I started Petty Cash. We started Petty Cash, and that's all I had to
Petty
go.
Cash is amazing, by the way.
Well,
So good.
it's the licks.
the-
Yes.
It's
Yeah.
like I was trying to keep the licks together when we were off tour, and the same thing with me. Like
Were you burnt from
when
touring?
when we got off the phone, I was like, did I just quit? Like it wasn't even like a calculated thing. Like it was just
it
like
was just an
Yeah.
upset, and
all
then
the
I
stuff
got
inside.
my
Can't-
childhood stuff is like, okay, we're mad. I'm done with you. I
Yeah,
wash
yeah.
my hands of
It-
you.
it's like
silence.
It's like I threw up. It's like I
Yeah.
threw up all
That's
this.
how you do it to shut it off,
Yeah.
right?
I threw up all this stuff, and then I was like, oh my
That's
god,
sad.
I don't know what. Like it's like I wasn't meaning to quit.
No, we just
Yeah.
had to talk and
Yeah,
work out all
yeah.
kinds of stuff. And
Yeah.
the thing is, I took it all. Wait, what did I want to say?
Personal.
And I felt really alone. That's all I want to say.
I-
When
I
you're
can see that.
the band, you're working out the
Your brothers,
business,
man.
the singer, and the thing. I
Yeah.
felt so alone. I felt that way. I had insecurity too. Just even being the singer, where they're like, "What instrument do you play?" They don't even know what this instrument is.
Yeah.
Performance, and I'm like, "Dude, it's a lot. There's
Yeah.
a lot we do."
Yeah.
But
It's a
yeah,
family.
there's a lot of personal stuff.
I think that's the
happening.
weirdest thing that people don't realize. I think people are talking about like the mental state of just their peers and their friends or whatever now.
Totally.
Back then,
Nobody was talking about
it. It was
it.
just like, you're on tour. It must be the best thing in the world. And you're like, it is when you start.
Yeah.
And then you get a month or two in, and it's kind of horrible. But
No,
you
gnarly,
love
dude.
it.
I have
And
more.
so-
I have more happy memories than anything.
Well, horrible
totally.
in the
Yeah.
losing the sleep. I remember we'd
but
pull
it's-
up to a festival and be next to the subwoofer. So you're like, you fly across
Yeah.
the ocean. You're gonna have jet lag, and then you're like, what? It's now 10 a.m. and we're next to the fucking subwoofer. I'm never gonna sleep. And
Yeah.
he knows I've had a tantrum in the dressing room because
It's
I'm
brutal.
sleep deprived,
Yeah.
and
The
then I
sleep
gotta
thing,
sing.
yeah. The
It's
sleep thing
real.
is huge.
Yeah.
The sleep
people
thing
think
is
it's
huge.
so. People think it's like flying on the singer's plane and just traveling around and stuff.
Well, it is
But
for
it's-
me now.
That was my
This
point.
guy.
Made it!
Oh man.
Fuck yeah.
But it's all you.
Thank
We
you,
were
Austin.
sleeping. We were sleeping on people's floors. We did all that shit when we first came up. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. Well, like what we did is something I haven't done in a long time too, which we kind of did with H2Os. We would do the gig, hang out all night and have fun, and we'd sleep all the way till sound check. I remember,
Yeah.
oh my God, what was our tour manager? The British
Paul
guy?
Nuttall.
Paul Nuttall waking us up at 4 o'clock every day. 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
Dude, that was
Brutal.
we did a UK tour that was only 4 weeks long, and Todd and I were like, we're gonna stay on US time.
The whole time.
And we did up until the last day, and it jacked us. Remember that?
Rusty does that
That's
too.
when Nuttall would come on the bus and wake us up for sound check.
Yeah.
We
So
were
go to
like,
bed like 6 in the morning, 5 or 6 in the
Yeah.
morning. Yeah,
Yeah,
I do
we
that
just,
too.
we just sleep until like.
I do that too in Europe.
Yeah.
Man. On the
Yeah.
bus, it's so nice. How about going to your first bus though? After being in a
Oh,
van.
isn't that so fun?
Licks was my first bus.
Was it?
It was the first time I made any money in a band too.
Wow.
Like, so I jumped in right after Like a Bolt of Lightning, right?
Yeah. Clint
Juliette,
Walsh.
Yeah, Juliette and the
Oh,
Licks
yeah,
was
right.
doing Warped Tour. And I had been doing Warped Tour a bunch with the Rise, and then I played drums in this band, The Impossibles, and so I had been doing it a bunch. And I was always in a van, never made money, but I was 20, 21,
Yeah, dude,
just
yeah.
love playing music. Who
Totally.
cares? I don't need to eat. I don't need to sleep,
Yeah.
Pee
He
in a
lived
bottle,
off
whatever.
lettuce.
Yeah.
He was a vegan.
Yeah, and so
he's a vegan.
yeah, yeah, and
Lettuce
so,
and bread.
Yeah.
So when I got asked to do the Licks thing, it was like, hey, we can give you $500 for the month, and you'll be on a bus. And I was like, oh my gosh.
I don't think it was 500 a month.
Are we
That-
throwing out numbers now?
that's
just in
not
the
the
beginning.
pay. He's just guessing.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
general.
yeah.
Whatever it is.
You know,
was
but it was
not
like,
the-
yeah.
Whatever it is.
But I wasn't used to
think
getting
it was
any
200.
money.
It was
Yeah,
200.
it was-
I'm
yeah,
just kidding.
yeah. But just
500 show is great, and on the bus, it's
Back in
Yeah.
the day, I don't remember that. We'll check
We
the
we,
receipt.
we made him sleep in the trailer.
yeah. No, but it was just like one of those things where it was like, oh my gosh, this is it. This is everything, right? Like, how did I
Yeah.
just all of a sudden land this?
The
you
Warped
know?
Tour was our first bus.
I
right?
will
Yeah.
say, I
Bus is
chinsed
sick.
out. I did want to earn my stripes and
I
be
know.
like, yeah, I grinded. But I did not do, I've done some splitter van,
Yeah.
limited runs.
Yeah.
But I invested a little bit of my own money. I got a bus. They were all like used
So you
buses,
put
like
your
from
money
the
up for that?
70s. I did.
That's super DIY.
That's it.
That's sick.
Oh, we were very
that's-
DIY in a
Yeah,
lot of
in the
ways.
beginning
Yeah.
though, I didn't want to be. That was my thing of being a little bit comfortable, even though that took a learning curve,
Of
like
course.
learning how to sleep with earplugs and the snorers and the
And the
you know,
Just
farters
because
and-
it's a
yeah,
bus
everything.
doesn't mean it's
the
Yeah.
dirty
nice. Yeah.
socks,
And the bunks and fucking
pooping in a bag. Toby, you've been there.
Oh yeah, dude.
Got trained
Dude.
up by this one right here.
Man,
I think he
bag
trained
of shame,
me.
dude.
He trained me
Oh,
on the
pissing
bag
in
of,
big gold
on the bag of
cups.
shame.
No,
the bag
I
of
got
shame was
candy.
The
this
bag
guy.
of shame.
Dude,
was
I
my
remember.
shit,
I remember
dude.
the first time the Bag of Shame came out. We were in the freaking
who
front
said-
lounge.
Are we going to poop stories?
Yeah,
now?
Todd.
You set it off in the bag of shame.
Listen,
Dude,
I have
we're in the
to-
front lounge hanging out, and Todd comes running through.
yeah.
Roll the window down.
No way! I'm so
Full
proud of
bag
you,
of
my
shame.
brother.
Matches. Again, our after school special though, it's him saying, "Now you take a book of matches and then you line the thing. You have a plastic bag.
Yeah, trash bags in the
Easiest thing to do."
yeah inside the bus.
Yeah.
I remember one time my wife pissed in the big gulp cup and then handed it to me to throw out the window. We opened the window and it flew back
Stop
all
it.
in
Oh,
my face.
no.
I was covered in my wife's
That's
piss
hot.
in the van.
That is
That's
hot.
kind of hot.
Bummer.
That's kind of hot.
Mm,
But it was a big gulp. But yeah, my wife's a G for that. She was
That's
really
amazing.
pissing in big gulps in the van.
Yeah.
Just all that stuff is not glamorous, but you have
Yeah.
to do it. It's survival out there, man.
Survival.
Just to get your music out there. So
Our-
you learn pretty fast.
I learned fast, and here's a hilarious story. Is like I have to eat. I ate more than these guys because I can't have an empty stomach or something. So I can't do a show if I'm a little hungry.
So you don't eat on an empty stomach?
huh?
Because a lot of people don't eat like hour before they play.
I don't. I like to eat like an hour and a half before I play.
Okay,
I
yeah,
can't-
yeah.
You know, it's like perfect window. But if it was 2 hours, I wouldn't have energy to sustain the show. It was the whole thing.
I feel you.
And there's not a lot of. You don't always get food backstage. You might get a loaf of bread and some
rough.
sandwich meat. Anyway, so I'd always have what I call my rations, and I'd have the olive oil, tuna in an olive oil can, in Europe, and crackers. And I ate that so much for a year that when I came back and did blood work, they're like, "Do you know you're allergic to tuna?"
Oh my God.
Because I lived
I
on
never
too
heard
much.
that.
That's
Yeah.
wild. Yeah,
By the
I
way-
didn't know that
Too
either.
much of one thing, you can create an allergy.
Yeah.
Anyway, it was,
That was your go-to snack you travel
it
with?
was my go-to protein snack. Now the idea makes me.
By the way,
repulsed,
quick
yeah.
time out.
Yeah.
Your son is texting me for you to answer your phone.
Why?
Oh,
We're doing a
shit.
podcast.
Tell my dad to answer his phone.
Does he need to get in?
No,
He
tell
pro-
him
he-
we're doing a podcast.
He needs assistance on the curls.
No, he went to work already.
How amazing is your son as a drummer? You just
good.
trained up You made your son
He's a
the
ripper.
greatest drummer you could ever hope for.
And I didn't even do
I don't
anything.
know your prior drummer. I'm just saying.
I don't even play drums. I'm just saying, like, I had nothing to do with me.
How did it happen?
He's got a natural. It's a natural thing. He's got a natural thing. You can
He
see
sure
when he
does.
plays. Yeah, you can see when he plays. I mean, obviously he put the time in.
Yeah.
But there's a
Since he was like 4, yeah.
He gravitated toward that in the beat
Yeah.
right out the gate. Was that it?
I guess, but he
He's
doesn't
good,
really
man.
love hardcore music. He had a high school band called Rend,
Yeah,
which
they
were very
great.
much like Tool. They had a cool kind of Tool
Didn't they open
vibe.
for you guys at the barracks?
Yeah, outdoor show he did, the
Yeah,
Hundreds,
the
yeah.
hundreds.
So it was like kind of different, but then he just started playing fast
I mean,
stuff.
some people play drums and some people are drummers.
Yeah.
And he's a drummer, like 1,000%. Yeah.
It's so impressive. Like the more we keep playing, and the more he's like picking the set and picking his favorite songs and just killing it.
We're not
dude.
biased at all.
No, that stuff gets me emotional.
Yeah, but when people
It's a
like
full circle
when people like
moment.
Travis Barker and Mackie, these dudes hit me up and go, "Yo, dude,
Wow.
he's a savage." Like, they're
Yeah, I told you Josh Freeze saw a video of him playing and
Yeah,
asked me
it's
about
What?
it.
to me that's just like
Did you cry the first time you turned around and you were like just
My
like
boy.
going hardcore on stage?
Yeah,
Everything's
moments.
awesome. And you turn around and you're like, oh, I made him.
sometimes it's very surreal. Sometimes I don't even think about it. I'm like, oh, he's just that's Max killing. I'm like, holy fuck, I made it. Yeah, for sure. It's crazy. And sometimes I have those moments, especially the song Sunday. It's about my dad dying and me becoming a father. That one's super heavy.
Yeah.
And Max intros that song when he was like a baby on the record. Now I have him do it live. It's like, Daddy! Like his voice changed. So it's just like, shit like that. It's like, it's real life. It's awesome.
That's
man.
amazing, dude. That's
That's
so
crazy
cool.
to see.
That's super cool.
I can't, when you play with us someday with him. We're playing the Palladium June 14th.
Wait, are we back to Todd? Yeah, Todd.
Yeah,
get
I
We're playing the
these-
Palladium June 14th.
Oh, heck
I
yeah.
got one free afternoon in
We
in
worked
June.
a lot of stuff out here today. When we're done, break out the calendar. Let's make some, tentative dates.
So the band broke up officially 2009. That was it.
Oh God, I don't know official dates. Well, it's like a falling off. It was like till the wheels came off. When Todd was gone, Kemble was gone. Todd held it together. Then Todd was gone. Once Todd was gone, it was gone.
But then you had a solo record,
So
right? The
sad.
Terra Incognita record. Did you have a solo record come out?
Wait, you didn't want to milk this moment? I was going
Let's
to
go
try
back.
to
Let's
get
go
some
back.
tears.
Let's go back. Well, the band broke up in 2009. Everybody left.
Once I was gone?
Was it really?
I started again.
When he left, it was really. Is that for
Because
you?
my whole stance is like, the show must go out. It's going to happen no matter what. It's not. It doesn't happen.
It kind of started with me and you. Like
What?
it kind of started with me
Yes,
and you, right?
it did in the living room.
Yeah. in
So
the
when he
living room,
left, that was just like.
Oh, it was heartbreaking. I explained this to my sister. No one had got it. Imagine having your biggest love heartbreaks, but 4 of them. That's
Yeah.
how deep. That's how deep band stuff is.
Of
Do you want
course.
to even know? You all been in longer relationships than me. My longest relationship has been with my band. It was 6 years.
Yeah.
5 or 6 years.
It's beautiful though,
So, well, thank you.
with your brothers and shit.
Yeah, 100%.
So that one hurt.
Yeah, it was so sad. Okay, I didn't mean to milk the moment. What I'm
Did
trying
you
to
guys
say is
stop
I
talking
did
to
some
each other
social.
too? Then did you guys all stop
For
coming?
a
Yes.
while, yeah, for a while.
Yeah.
Damn, that sucks.
It was so sad.
I remember when we started talking again. You called me. I was having band practice. You called me to do that Miami Dolphins show.
Okay. With
Miami
Joe Perry.
Dolphins?
Yeah, with Joe Perry.
Joe Perry.
And yeah,
Just some random stuff.
yeah. It was
It was a gig, huh?
it was a three song show, and I hadn't talked to her in years. And you called me, and I was just like, oh, weird. Juliette's calling me. I was like, hold on, I'll be right back, because I was having band practice. Go outside. And it was kind of awkward, right? Because we hadn't talked in so long.
I see my memory is
And-
not holding, so he's remembering this.
Yeah.
I believe I called you.
Yeah.
I don't remember the details of this memory.
It was
you
it
called-
was-
you
called
yeah,
Juliette.
yeah, and it was kind of on the I don't know if I'm ready to do this because we hadn't hung out yet, and she goes, well, Joe Perry's gonna do it too, and I was like, all right, cool, let's go. I'm down. I'm in.
Fucking huge.
And it
Sorry,
was
give me sparkling.
And dude, straight up, as soon as I saw you, it was like, okay, cool,
Yeah.
all good, you know.
Those are these random gig offers you get for a little cash, and then you're like, oh, well, to work with a legend,
Dude,
Joe
that's
Perry.
fucking crazy. I like
Dude,
you guys don't hold
we did
grudges.
boom,
either.
boom.
Check this out, though. I gotta say this.
Yeah.
Joe Perry goes to the front and starts soloing in one of the songs, and Juliette walks over to me. She goes, "Get up there, show him what you could do." And I'm like, "What?" And she pushes me right up next to him, and so we're just straight
No
up
way.
shredding together.
I
That's
just wanted
fucking
you to
sick
seize
moment.
the moment.
I gotta say, I held my own. I was
Yeah,
pretty
you did.
stoked. I was like, "Okay,
Is there footage of that on? Is there a video of
There
it?
is, yeah.
There is?
Yeah,
It's
there's
not real
footage.
unless it was filmed. You know that, right?
Yeah.
Huh?
I'm just kidding.
And continuing on with the trying to make one of us cry. because I'm
Todd
tired.
wasn't
We should
there.
put money down on
I'm
this.
tired, and I'm going to cry that I wasn't there. No. Yeah, God, I had it so articulated so well because you just brought it up. What is shown by the fact that we're sitting here right now and the amount of enthusiasm to play these shows is all that messy stuff wasn't real. This is real.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, for sure.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my God!
But I think
No, it is.
No, but that's
kinda
what you learn if you live long enough.
Yeah.
This is what you learn.
Life is short, man.
quitting,
that's also what I was saying about the
fights, all
mental
that
health
stuff.
stuff.
Yeah.
Before. Like, we didn't talk to each other about certain things back
Yeah.
then. I feel like now it's like open communication. It's freaking awesome.
And it was
I'm
just
getting scared of what he's gonna bring.
I'm not going to say anything
bring
bad.
up other stuff.
No, I'm not
Cool.
bringing up any of that stuff.
it's all
There
silly-
is no other stuff.
But it's like silly looking back on it now because you guys are all grown up and moved on, and it's just
Yeah.
like
They're gonna come stay at my house
Yeah.
like old times. You know, he lived with me for a little
Yeah.
while.
It was awesome, yeah.
I just put him up.
how are you loving your 50s? Because I know we talked when you were building up to your
50.
50s.
She is not 50.
Let's just say 50.
50.
Okay, but the plurals are coming.
But fuck all the age and all that stuff. But like I know we talked about leading up to it, like it was a big deal for you. But like 50s are the best.
So me and Toby have our own psychic connection because in the car on the way here, I had this whole ramble all about 50s, the 5-0, like what's beautiful about it,
I
the
fucking-
grace in it, the stuff you don't engage in.
You
when
were
you're
scared though.
this age.
You were tripping on a little bit, weren't you?
I was. Maybe these are memories. The only thing that fucks me up about being 50 is I don't have certain memories. You know, was I
But
tripping?
I love them. I mean,
I don't know what I was tripping about.
I just feel like I'm in the best everything in my
I
life right
think
now in my
it's-
50s.
Yeah,
I know you're in 30s.
Oh, maybe
so it's
because my
okay.
knees. That's all. The only thing
Yeah.
is like, your knees and certain things. You got to get more body work. I
Yeah,
just had
you're
somebody.
in great shape. You've always been in great shape.
Thank you. Well, I did. Yeah, I didn't know I was a closeted athlete.
You're gonna start training for these shows. Like you're gonna get in your head.
Yeah,
and
I've
start-
been training.
Okay.
So, and then the festivals will come up, and then part of vocal training will be rehearsal. But yeah, I weight train and.
Yeah, you've always.
Do you
been in
even
shape.
lift, bro?
I do lift. Yeah,
I lift.
but you're and Tom Morse is like.
Yeah, come on, Todd.
Tom
I
Morse
need
is
a
like
lift.
49.
I'm saying Tom Morse, you're a crazy example of like doing what you love, living your dream, keeps you happy, keeps you young. You're living proof of that.
Thanks,
Because you're
man.
aging backwards, man.
Dude, he's
Thanks,
hot,
man.
right?
Well, it's
You look amazing, dude.
it's two things.
Good looking, bro.
What kind of skin cream you use?
I was going to ask you both this.
I don't use no skin creams.
What?
Nothing ever my whole life.
Oh,
Really?
my God.
Just water, homie. Nothing.
Yeah.
Maybe some
The
Lubriderm.
diet.
You have like no wrinkles on your
I
face.
know,
Your face
it's-
is like, if I like made
You
my
don't
face
use
tight,
anything
is like your
like that?
skin.
Nothing, girl.
You
It's
guys
your
are
diet.
crazy.
We got a little bit.
It's our genes. Right? Mom
It
is
is
great.
genes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
But
crazy.
on I've been really, really rebelling lately against the number that people give you for what
Yeah.
your age is
Mm.
because it never adds up.
What did you say on your birthday post? I was so good.
Yeah, I don't know how old I am. That's what I said on my birthday post, and I said I've tried.
It's gonna make
I do. Can I say?
59. What? I don't. It's
I do.
not
Can I
59.
say?
I don't know what day.
No, I'm
Let's
saying.
not say it.
I'm saying I don't know.
43.
I don't know whose View of what I should
Kemble was
be
like 30.
at
I
this
know.
age.
I like that it keeps going down.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, I can't live up to what people think I'm supposed to be at this age. You know, it's like I call it a vitality. It's how
Yeah.
vital you are on that day, and it could change from day to day. You know,
Yeah.
some days you wake up and you feel like you're 60. You know, and some days you
Like
wake up
this
and you
morning,
feel
I
like you're
almost
22.
flaked and come down. But you know what? To me, I was like, "This is family. I cannot." That's it.
Yeah.
Those loving texts. You get the loving text
Yes.
from your brother.
Yes.
Just
He's
PMA,
very
just checking
positive.
it out. Yeah.
Well, I
How
was
can I
gonna
not? I gotta suffer the 2 hours to drive over here. So I did.
Yeah, and I was gonna say too, you know, because our dad passed away when we were young, you know, that changes your clock
Yeah.
for how fast you mature. I'm still a little kid.
Me too,
That's
man.
why I tell these stupid jokes.
Wow.
And
Me too,
you know,
man. I'm a big kid,
like
dude.
I'm still that kid. I'm still stunted from that kid.
Yeah.
Wow.
Todd, we're
Is
gonna
he
get emotional
cry
now.
again?
But Todd, is that just
Nice.
us, or is that all adults who play music and still skateboard? Because I do the same shit I did when we were kids. Is that because we lost our dad, or
How old? Yeah. Sorry.
I was 3, so
I
he was
6. Yeah.
so Saul was like 9 because he's like 60. I'm just kidding. But it's because we had that trauma, Todd. That's just us, or is it all musicians who just live the life? We're big kids. We tell
I
stupid
think we
jokes.
gravitate to doing things that can keep us kids.
No,
Yeah.
I think you guys are special. You're a special family because I know just even working in Nashville, they were talking about other bands they were in, and a lot of people don't want to tour. They want to stay home and, and you go out to pasture. It's kind of vibe. I think that way where I want to garden and stuff, but I'm like, nope, not yet. I need, give me 10 more years.
You mean just garden, not play anymore, not travel?
Yeah. Like there's part of me, because I moved to a small town that I just feel so good in a small community and with nature and stuff. And like we mentioned, traveling. But I know I can't get too far ahead because right now I'm vital and healthy. So I want to do what I can.
Yeah.
I feel like we're going to be like that for a long time, though. I don't think it's going to end, man.
I never want to stop touring, ever.
Yeah, I hear you. It's like, is it ambition or the lack of inner peace, though? You know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Like that's what I think about all the time.
That's a good. That's a good point.
I don't know if it's so much ambition for me or the fact that the only time I feel myself and in the moment is when I'm on stage playing music. It sounds sad.
That sounds right to me. It's like that's who you are, right? That's how
the
you
creative
know yourself.
spirit.
Yeah.
In that moment, I'm
it's nomadic.
1,000% me, and I'm not judging myself. I mean, sometimes I am, but it's like
you're not mired down with the pressures.
I'm not. I'm in the moment.
It's all you have no work done, right?
Oh my God! I was gonna ask the same about you.
Never, homie.
No.
You dye your hair though?
Oh, of course I do. Yeah,
are you fully gray?
No.
Because our mother's fully gray. She looks amazing.
I have a spot here that you can probably already see.
Yeah.
And I have a spot here and here.
I don't dye my shit now.
Huh?
You look great, though.
Thanks.
I don't know why you got that hairline, dude.
How long has it been since these guys saw each other?
I'm
5
saying,
years
though,
ago?
but I'm always so envious of my brother. He has the best hairline. Your hairline goes forward. It's great, crazy.
This is so funny because this is how I feel about Brandy, my sister. I have hair envy every time I see her.
Thick hair,
oh
dude.
my God, it's just
so flowing. Hers is
gorgeous.
Like thick and,
Shouldn't have to. I'll be like, "What did you do?" She goes, "Oh, I didn't wash it." It's just perfect.
That's what I didn't maintain for a long time. I didn't do anything. I never washed my face even. Like now I put
didn't
some,
wash
now,
your face?
He does facials.
now I put some effort in.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't wash your face?
I still don't really wash my face. No.
Crazy, man.
Yeah, but I think there's something to it. I think the natural oil and all that stuff.
As long as your wife doesn't bother her.
She wants me to wash everything all the time.
Who did the reunion in 2016?
What was the reunion?
The El Rey show.
Yeah. Who was on that?
That was everybody.
Everybody, right?
Yeah. The old
And
school.
what
that was
inspired
great.
that? What brought that back?
Did my dad die? I think it was
He
a lot
had
of things.
passed close to that.
Yeah, right before
Okay.
that was it 2015.
Yeah, 2016. Yeah. around that
Yes,
time.
so he had died, and that gave me a fire right away. It was like, live now, don't put things off anymore. Because I put this off as long as it could be. Like, I'm gonna get back to the band. We had a pandemic, all kinds of things.
Yeah, crazy couple years.
So I would have wanted to do all of this earlier. But yeah, I did that then. When my dad died, it was like, do all the things you want to do right now. Like I started writing the script. There's a few things coming, but yeah, that was real nice. That reunion.
Was that just a one-off show? Or you guys did Europe too?
No, that was a one-off. And I remember we were talking about where to play, and I threw out the El Rey because it's the biggest place we would have played in LA, and it was a reunion show, and they all were like, no. We're not gonna do El Rey. It's too big. Let's go smaller.
I think we could have sold that this time.
I think so too.
Oh no,
man.
we sold it out then.
We did, but I remember you were nervous about it because you were like, I don't know if this is
because
right.
we hadn't been around in years, so we sold out El Rey. The Fonda was the next thing. Almost sold it out, but didn't. But now we're gonna play a show in October. Not to be into numbers, but it is a thing. When you're in a band, you want. It's a badge of honor to say everybody showed up for you, and
awesome.
we all do this dance together. You hype it as much as you can, and people are either going to show up or they're not, and it's really special. And then you have that one of a kind, only happen once moment in that time and space.
Yeah, I'm excited to see you guys perform again. It's gonna be awesome.
All right.
And also, I know how
I better do good.
I know how you two met, Todd and Juliette. How did you come into the mix? Who brought you in?
So her former manager, like band manager, this dude
Parkin.
Jay Parkin.
Oh my God, I didn't even remember.
Jay
Yes.
Parkin, tour manager.
Everything comes from Jay Parkin,
He was our tour
Moretti.
manager.
Yeah.
So
Oh
I
my
knew
goodness.
I knew Jay from when
that's how
I had a
cool.
band called The Rise, and I guess even before that in The Impossibles, and then that's when I was a drummer, and then I started playing guitar and fronting my
He's
own
from
thing.
Michigan.
Yeah, and
Okay.
so we would stay at the Fiddler House whenever I was
Fiddler
run-
Records. He was
right.
with he started Fiddler Records.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So well, no, he didn't start it. Amy
No,
Fleischer
Amy
started.
did,
it.
yeah.
Amy
Who's
Madden.
She has she has a cool new book out too.
Oh, it's freaking
She
awesome.
does?
Yeah.
What's it
I'll show you.
called?
I have it
She's
here.
an awesome woman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's amazing. It's a
Yeah.
lot of all her photos. It's
awesome.
called Negatives.
Oh,
that's what
that's
it is. Yeah.
great.
So he was a fan of all my bands, and he invited me or talked to JL.
Oh,
They
yeah,
talked
'cause
about
Clint
me,
was-
and he invited me out to do it. And I think my first thing was like, probably like Test the Waters was the Warped Tour thing. But I was living in Austin at the time.
Okay.
That's how he
Yeah.
ended up living with me because
Yeah.
I always try to problem solve. Like, well, I got a room.
And I didn't have any money. Like literally, I didn't have any
Wow.
money.
Yeah.
And she just let me stay at her house. The best thing about it was I had my own bedroom, and in the bedroom had a mattress on the floor. I lived with you for like 3 or 4 years, and I never bought a bed frame. I slept on the floor on the mattress the whole time. Didn't think anything of it. I was like, yes, this is freaking awesome.
3 or 4 years you ended up staying there?
I don't
Maybe
think
not
it was
that
that
long.
long.
2 years.
I don't think it was that long.
2 years.
Year
Yeah,
or
yeah.
something.
It was a while.
We had this
but-
one night. Wait, weren't we like Shaggy and Scooby Doo? Because we watched some horror movie.
Oh my gosh, I remember
and we
that
both
so
scared
well.
ourselves. So
It was like the Amityville Horror, like a
The true
docuseries.
documentary.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
and we're like, what the fuck did we just
Yeah.
do?
Oh, but hold on. I got to go back to this
Yeah.
thing because it
Tell us.
brings how I met all these guys. So Jay called me, invited me to do the thing. I say yes, and I'm waiting for music. And I don't have, and the only music they had at the time was the Like a Bolt of Lightning, right?
Yeah.
Which was 4 or 5 songs. And I'm waiting. No record comes. And I'm literally walking out of my apartment in Austin, get on a plane to come meet the band. And as I open my door, there's the poster guy with the
Wow.
CD. This is like pre-MP3s, all that, with the CD.
God.
So I grabbed my CD player and my band's album that I just finished, where I was a guitar player singer. So I have that CD and hers, and on the plane, I'm A-Bing the song so I can hear the chords, and I'm writing it out.
Wow.
No joke. Went to the first rehearsal because as soon as we landed, Jay's like, "Oh, cool, glad you're here. We're going to meet JL," and then rehearsing. And I was like, "Oh my gosh!" So as soon as we landed, I just started playing,
Yeah.
Wow.
and it,
And he was perfect.
But Todd, I remember I met. Well,
Out the
my
gate.
mind was crazy because I was an H2O fan.
What?
From like way old school. So I lived in Jakarta, Indonesia, and my drummer.
Oh no, he has
Yeah.
an endless backstory.
Sorry, I'm trying to make my story short because I tend to go
You
long.
lived in Indonesia, okay.
I lived in Jakarta, Indonesia from elementary all the way through high school. Same house, everything. Jakarta International School. And I was a drummer of an Indonesian band. I was the only bule white boy, We played all these
Bule, bule.
And I'd have like
Bule,
bleach
bule. No,
bleach
not
shaved head. I kind of had like the Max vibe going on,
Okay.
And we played all these crazy hardcore shows, and then I had my band that was my international school band where I played guitar and sang. So
H2O. You were
yeah. Oh,
a
yeah.
huge
Sorry.
fan.
I was. Yeah.
Bring
see?
it back, Kevin.
I know. I
Yeah,
can't help
reel
it.
it in.
Yeah. So, the drummer of that band showed me you guys' nothing. What is it? Nothing to prove.
No, that was too early for
what's
Nothing to
what was the major label record?
Go.
Go.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So
When
it's
I get
Go.
the Juliette
yeah.
Amoeba story,
Yes.
yeah.
So he shows me Go. So I become a fan. Next thing you know, The Rise is on tour, so I'm going to make this a little bit longer. Rise is on tour with Snapcase. As soon as we get back home, Time in Malta was the main support. They fire the drummer, get my drummer from Indonesia as their drummer. So we were almost on tour together. My first tour in Europe.
All this is gonna be cut out.
I know.
cool. No,
I landed,
nice.
dude. I landed in London
Fine,
on my
it's great.
21st birthday. Freaking awesome.
landed where?
Hey!
In London on my 21st birthday. That was like boom, drinking beers. Anyway,
Wait.
sorry.
To my house, 21st birthday?
No,
21st
when in the Rise,
Oh, okay,
we landed
got
in
it.
London, 21st birthday.
Yeah.
So fast forward, oh my gosh, see my brain
lost
is,
me, bro.
Fast forward H2O.
You came. You loved H2O.
So the
you were
H2O,
nervous around
yeah.
Todd.
So we get in, and
intimidated.
first I meet Juliette, which is like kind of intense because I remember being at my grandpa's house. Natural Born Killers comes on, and they wouldn't let us watch it because it was too intense.
Wow.
Yeah, and they're like, "You
know
can't
that.
watch this." They would turn it off.
He
And
played
so,
it cool.
Then
Yeah.
you meet Juliette.
I
and she's
didn't
in-
even know he
So-
was aware of any movie. I bet.
Yeah, yeah.
Then
And
you
so,
find out she's intense in real life too.
So I met her. I was like, okay, getting through this, awesome. Then I get to band practice, and it's Todd from H2O, and he's got a Jay Lindeberg headband on his wristband. And I was like a huge Jay Lindeberg fan. And so that's how we bonded. And then Patty Schimmel on drums, and I'm like,
Dude.
my
Oh,
mind's
yeah,
exploding.
that's
And then I start talking to Paul Ill. Turns out he played on like Zeppelin B-sides and with
yeah,
Aretha
Paul Ill,
Franklin.
that's right.
And I'm just like,
Yes.
why?
Shout out to Paul
He was
Ill.
a key
Oh,
player
yeah.
too.
Yeah,
He's
and
the
I'm just sitting there
best.
thinking like, why am I here? Like I'm just freaking this punk rock kid,
'Cause he's
hardcore kid
perfect.
from Austin, or I guess Indonesia. I don't know.
From
Anyway,
Indonesia, yeah.
yeah.
That's fucking crazy, man. I had
So,
no idea, man.
Wait, we didn't
Yeah.
do. We
How'd you
just-
tell me all that and you're still in your 30s? It's crazy.
I'm not even gonna correct you because I'm loving this.
Benjamin Button, he went back to being a fetus. That's how much time went by. But
I can't help it. I like talking.
wait, I'm just playing.
any amazing Chris Cornell stories?
Wait, hold on.
Okay, go.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, that was so beautiful.
He never spoke to me a single word the entire tour.
And you saw him in the bathroom or something, across the bathroom door or
he
something.
visited in the dressing room once, him and
Okay.
his wife, and they said hello. And, you know, you're just around the greatness.
Incredible,
I don't know. And
man.
he would go every night. You're like, wow. It was like watching Jeff Buckley or something. Well, it's Chris Cornell. I mean,
Yeah.
why do I need to compare him to Jeff?
Yeah.
But just that, he's just,
It's
he's
amazing.
really elegant.
The band was really fun too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like Pete
Yogi,
Thorne and
Yogi
yeah.
and Pete. And,
Oh.
Did you have a moment crossing the bathroom with him or something? Or
Pete Yorn was in his band.
Pete Thorne.
Pete Thorne.
Pete Thorne.
Yeah, not Pete Yorn. That would have been
who I
Can you
amazing.
delete
I
that?
recently worked
I
with
should not be
Pete with
this
Pete
dumb.
with the Offspring. He came out to tweak all our guitar sounds.
Oh, that's awesome.
Pete Yorn
He's a ripper.
was a
Singer songwriter.
BMX.
No, Pete Yorn,
Toby,
singer
I don't-
That's Rick
songwriter
Thorne.
guy. Rick Thorne. We're getting all of them mixed up.
yo, shout out to Rick Thorne.
Shout out Rick Thorne.
So
All right.
I don't remember having being honest. I don't remember having a single interaction
Yeah.
with
I
Chris
thought it was
Cornell.
something crossing a stall or something. I don't know.
Well, we were told not to have alcoholic drinks in our hand when he walked past.
okay,
Yeah.
respect.
Oh,
I
that's
remember
good.
that.
But
He
later,
was sober.
I found out from a mutual friend of ours that there was a
An order from somebody else. Or no? Wait, one little story while we're here because of how people came. We've gone through so many band auditions because it was like for a while musical chairs until we settled on Womack, Kemble, Todd, and then various drummers. But
lot of
Was
drummers.
Patty just on the first record?
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Okay.
and she came through Linda Perry, and then
Okay.
Jason Womack came
Oh, that's
from a friend of mine, a singer-songwriter. But I did want to mention,
That
just for
audition
fun,
process was
audition
crazy.
process was it when Womack was just a gem out the gate, and there he was
So good.
pretending to be a bass player, and he's
Yeah.
an incredible.
he
guitar
scared he
player.
scared me because he seemed like a little like edgy. You
Yeah,
know? I remember
he's
saying
a man
that.
of few words,
Yeah.
unless you get him talking. But he
Yeah.
comes off stoic. But
Yeah.
I never got a scary vibe.
Yeah.
But I did want to tell him. Sorry, I didn't cut you off.
No, I cut
but
you off.
the guy with the pizza.
Pizza
We had
guy,
so many
dude.
weird auditions.
The pizza guy,
A guy
what a
ordered
prick.
a pizza like fucking Jeff Spicoli.
He was
Yeah.
late.
At the
He was
audition?
late.
At the audition,
He was
Yes.
late
sat
first.
there eating it while we're waiting to play with him.
He shows up. He's late
Wow.
and then shows up, sits down, and eats the pizza.
That's Jess Piccoli.
Yeah, 100% and 100%. And it was like
100.
we were like, are we being filmed? Is this like a comedy show? I don't even think he was any good.
and it wasn't
He
good.
wasn't.
But
He
dude,
wasn't good.
do you remember the really buff Australian dude?
I don't know. There
He
was so
he
many
looked kind of
funny-
like
a bodybuilder?
Yeah, kind of like a bodybuilder, and he kind of played like a 5-string bass, like with his
Oh, the
fingers.
auditions?
Yeah. Oh,
That
you don't
could have
remember
been
that guy.
Auditioning sucks. I mean, it
does.
sucks
It
to be
was-
on either end of it.
Either
To-
end.
it-
I
it was,
know from
it sucks.
acting.
Did you know Todd was it when he came to your house and tried out that day?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't let her say no. I remember like after I went to your house, I was like, "Oh, I have this gig," and you would be like trying to talk to me about my playing, and I'd be like, "It's great, isn't it?" Do you remember that? I was like, I'm awesome, right? Like I wish I was still that guy. Like I'm so like.
He fooled me because I was like, yeah, we wrote 5 songs already.
Yeah.
This is great.
Wow. And shout out to
You
Dear-
had endless material that
Yeah.
I guess I just wasn't shy or self-conscious because other people, because he's such a nerd. I'm just kidding.
No, I am.
No, but some people you're able to just be yourself, and
Yeah.
and being a singer is vulnerable. And when you're songwriting, you're
Yeah.
just exploring ideas, and you're like, is this stupid? But I didn't have those thoughts. I just was. He would play things, and then I would hear things. And,
It was
you know,
it was just such a different mentality for me then, because it's like, for all I knew, you were still checking me out and looking at other people, whatever. And
Oh,
my
yeah.
mind was like, this is my gig. Okay, let's do this.
I like that
that's
attitude.
awesome, yeah.
It's like,
took
Yeah.
charge.
That's
I mean,
how you
I
get
did
things,
meet with
yeah.
a few people, but
Yeah.
nothing came about it the way you and I worked together.
yeah.
Yeah, it was
And
great.
shout out to Deirdre who made that happen because Deirdre, your
That's
sister,
the
worked with my
connection.
wife Moon at Beauty Bar,
Yes.
and that was a connection
Oh, that's
there.
awesome.
Kind of crazy.
It's so, that's how I'd put the band together old school. There was no management. It was literally like write pen to paper. Who do I know who is a musician who knows a musician?
Wow.
And then phone calls like, hey, do you want to write some songs? Or Deirdre was like, oh, I think I know somebody you could meet, and he knows someone. It was
yeah, man.
It's like, it's weird to do high school steps, like my high school band, but at 30.
I think the coolest thing about that process, like when I think about it, is like you found guys that weren't like session dudes, you know, or like originally hired guns. We were all hardcore kids, you know, and like doing it, like sleeping on people's basements, playing VFW halls, whatever. And we had
schooled me.
We were all teaching each other how to do the thing, you know, like it's just kind of awesome. I think that's what made it so special, because we just
it was
came
especially
together.
because you guys have been doing that, and this is new for her to be on tour, playing early, shitty sleep, shitty eating. It was all new for her, so you could see it through her. It's kind of cool.
Yeah.
And for you, it probably gave you a whole new respect and perspective on musicians. Like all the struggle and the flying and the sleep, just all that stuff for you.
Yeah, it's funny because it's
not that you had a cushion.
No, but I didn't, because I didn't have any idea just of creating a band. I was super just wanted to find how to write songs, you know, and really cut my teeth in that way and get it up on its feet. That's why the songs, like early songs, are pretty simple, and it's just all was geared toward getting it off live, making it happen. Yeah. But it did remind me, because the movies I came from was such a group atmosphere. There was no hierarchy. The crew and the actors, when I was just coming up, we were all in it together. We'd stay at motels together, and there were long hours. So I was kind of used to this, even though it's a totally different environment, but you're still kind of the traveling circus.
That's true.
And the people who gravitate toward the art, the different industries. Some of them are, you know, do light rigging for live shows, and then they come to TV. You know, this all there's an interconnectedness. But definitely, music is more. I mean, there's less hands for sure. So you're just it's you and your band of brothers.
Were you writing stuff like in school or growing? Were you writing poetry? Were you writing lyrics?
Yeah, I was always writing and then singing little songs to myself. You know, like little singers do. They make up songs, and I sang like even that Adele song. You know, when she says, "I wish Carrie was happy. I wish Carrie would smile." Do you remember?
Yeah.
Anyway, just stupid, but that's a character.
Yeah.
That I did. That was funny. No, actually, I took piano as a kid, and my first songs were on piano, and then I didn't stick with it. I kind of got into trouble, and I should have stuck with an instrument, because I think songwriting early on as a form of expression would have been helped for me. Yeah.
Right there with you.
You're a great piano player.
Thank you. I got into trouble too, and I got started late. I was in my 30s when I started with H2O.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Oh, I didn't know.
But you were
29 when we first went on tour.
Yeah, but you were in Outcrowd before that for 10 years.
Right. That's true.
Oh yeah.
You did Outcrowd for 10 years?
Yeah.
I've been doing this. I've been doing this a long time, bro. I hate to say the number.
And then you in the roadside, dude. Before you in the roadside pets with Rusty Pistachio.
I'm probably 40 years deep right now.
Wait, he was?
Like I have a demo tape from like 83.
Yeah.
Like your roadside pets tape.
Wow.
That's awesome. I want to hear that.
Was he doing it before you, Toby?
Yeah, of course.
And you looked up to him? Or?
Yeah, we did it before. I moved to New York for him before you, right? I moved to New York.
Yes, you moved to New York first, and then you moved to LA first, and I moved to LA.
I found some postcards from each other, me and you, when I first moved to New York by myself.
Oh, that's wild. Postcards.
Yeah. You worked at Zigzag.
I drove you up to New York.
With Dave Weiskopf.
Yeah.
Dropped me off at CBGB's.
Yeah.
I dropped off at CBGB's. My friend's band was playing. It was scary as fuck.
Oh, my God.
It was all skinheads. It was crazy. 1988, man.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah. Good skinheads or bad skinheads?
Oh, it was good. It was just New York. New York was different. It's more like sneaker skins, like more b-boy shaved heads.
Oh yeah, that's
Nazis get beat up there. They don't make it in New York, but that was a crazy time, Mr. Morse.
It was a crazy time, and I feel blessed to be part of two bands that I watched grow and get better players and bigger audiences simultaneously. Like that's one of the greatest synergies about music. I think maybe the difference between that and a movie is, you know, the movie it's set in the intensity that it's going to be from the beginning to the end, right? I could be wrong, but with a band, you know, the band's getting better the more they play, and the crowds are getting bigger at the same time. There's nothing.
There's nothing like that.
There's nothing that beats that.
There's nothing like that. I remember when we'd play in like the UK when we popped off there. But when we first came there, we were on a bill with like 5 other bands. They forgot to put our band's name on the flyer. So this was the first time we played Astoria, and there was like 40 people. And my whole mantra was like, I don't care if there's 10 people, 20, 40. We're going to take those people, make them our licks lovers, and then they'll spread the message. And they did.
Was that with Amy Winehouse when she was
I think so.
Man. She was
That's
outside
right.
asking you for your phone number afterwards.
Yeah.
No way.
That was the
we have a
weirdest
whole
backstage
Amy-
experience
She's
ever.
the best.
Straight
Yeah.
up, it was a radio showcase.
Oh, my God.
And we were like the
Man.
first, and then afterwards she was like, Jules. She was calling you Jules.
She called me Jules.
Yeah.
There's only
Yeah.
3 people in my life who've called me Jules out the gate,
Yeah.
not know me, and she was
Yeah.
one of them.
Let me get your phone number.
Jules.
And you were cool with it because
Juice.
she's incredible, man.
Well, we
She
didn't
was
know
just
at
a
the time.
likable person. We
Yeah.
didn't know. I just liked her. She was
You know.
just really
Yeah.
warm, and she drank a little.
She was pretty sauced.
She was soft.
She was saucy.
But I don't
was
know. I
soft.
That's
just
all
loved
better.
her.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
out on the
Wow.
street,
It
out
was
on the
her
street,
that-
She
she
was
was
super
like,
forthright and
Yeah.
funny. Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah.
I just remember, Jules,
We
let
got
me get
each
your
other's
number.
number.
Yeah.
I think it was her and her manager or something
Yeah, I don't.
that were back there.
Wasn't it her dadager? Was it her?
Might have
Yeah.
been her dadager, yeah.
But that one,
it was
we-
weird.
We
yeah.
played a LCD sound system
Yep.
was
Oh,
on
that's
the
cool.
thing, but that was the thing is like just to go. We came here, no, they didn't even mention the name. There were 40 people, and then I think a year and a half later we sold it out, and that place was what
That's
3,000. That
Yeah,
was
about 3,000 people. Not there
crazy
anymore,
to us.
unfortunately.
Yeah,
but-
it was such a
Yo.
good venue. I'm sad it left.
You guys want a good story?
Let's go.
How long is it going to be?
I like your
Does it
stories, man.
involve
I
the
like
boobs?
your stories.
You guys,
I
you guys,
haven't eaten in 24
you
hours.
guys can feel free to jump in and finish this for me. So we play Ibiza, right? We got invited to come play Ibiza, and
yeah.
it was like
Ibiza.
Ibiza, yeah. And we
We're
went on
trying
it.
to have rock shows,
Yeah.
which some places just
Yeah,
stick
yeah.
to your
It
electronic
was
stuff.
I forget who the other band was.
4
but it was-
a.m.
We
we
played
went
at 4 a.m.
4
But
Jesus.
this wasn't the rock and roll part. The rock and roll part was as soon as we land, we get all these cars pulled up. There was 4 or 5 Maseratis,
Don't
so we
remember
each
this.
had our own. And so,
I don't
but
remember.
there was 4 or 5 Maseratis. We each had our own. This is a long flight to get to Ibiza, and then there was the van for all our gear. And we were like, I don't want to get in the car by myself. So we got into the van and had them put all our road cases in the
Stop
Maseratis.
it. I feel like I
Yep.
remember
I
that.
kind of remember that.
Yeah, it was the
Vaguely remember
raddest
something
move.
weird.
Crazy.
It was so they were all just like they're
And we'd
It
go
was
to
freaking
places.
ripping.
They always tried to segregate me from the band, or like they think I'm a diva, and I didn't like that.
Yeah.
Except for sometimes when they bump me up to first class, I'd be like, "See ya."
That would happen sometimes.
Every now and then there'd be like a Gilbert Grape fan or something like
Wow.
Miss Lewis.
yeah.
Does that happen throughout your whole life?
No, and when it does happen, I'm really
Yeah, like,
thankful.
hell
I'm
yeah,
like,
that's-
hey,
heck yeah.
if my movies brought me up to this seat,
That's crazy.
that was nice.
I just realized the licks is guitar licks. I always thought it was like a lick, like a Rolling Stone kind of lick.
I think it
It's
involves
whatever.
the
It's
tongue.
whatever. Yeah, whatever.
Am I
lick-
right?
I'm more
Whatever
tongue
lick-
oriented on
yeah.
that.
Okay, yeah. No, I'm just wondering.
Whatever,
I
whatever
know.
lick you want to, whatever.
So,
lick-
yeah,
And who came up with that
Center.
name?
I scratched it off. It was like Juliette and the Skins. I remember we had buttons.
Skins.
We had buttons at one time that said Juliette and the blah 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 blah,
Okay.
and it was crossed off until the licks.
You were
Nobody
there for
had.
that?
We liked also Rolling Stone licks,
Yeah.
Hot Licks.
Oh, that's
Hot
awesome.
licks, yeah.
Yeah.
They had a record called Hot Licks.
Well, February 25th,
Yeah,
Ojai Valley Women's Club.
yeah.
That's the hot spot right now.
It's been the hot spot, I guess, for 20
But
years.
it came back or something. Maybe I don't know.
There's this promoter, Ventura Hardcore.
Yeah,
I follow him on Instagram, and he puts on these shows, and so I
And Madball just played there. There's a bunch of shows.
Who does?
Madball just played there.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah, it's the only venue, and it sounded great, even though we're going to be putting up the PA
You bring your own PA?
With a staple gun.
with a little staple gun. But they've been doing punk shows there
I know.
for 20 years. I didn't know. I just love
Cool.
places like that. Yeah, super tiny, and then
And then the Terragram on the 28th.
yeah, I like that venue.
It's a great venue.
Can I just say though,
Yeah.
before we move on, yes. Can I just say though, what's rad about this band is like we're gonna go hit some rehearsals right now, but the real rehearsal is gonna be in front of a crowd. And
100%.
And Ojai.
Why is he trying to fuck my head up right now? I gotta get rehearsed.
No, because
yeah, we're gonna rehearse.
No, but that's real, though.
That's what lights us. That's what
Yes.
lights us on fire.
That's it.
You know,
Yeah.
that's we'll have the songs down, but they're gonna come on fire.
We have secret eye contact. If
yeah.
I forget my lyrics, this guy's on the mic.
Oh, you forget lyrics too? I do.
I can rip.
I feel like
I got my improv skills.
I feel like I've been the guy in H2O. I'm the guy. I'm the guy in every band with people. They look at me and go,
those eyes.
"Yeah, like you."
Yeah, you remember lyrics.
But he always
you know a lot of lyrics.
I'm really good at remembering lyrics.
Yeah, and they have my back on stage, which I always love. You, Russ,
Oh,
would
you
have-
got that.
if I
Okay,
forgot
good.
the lyrics or something. But I'll never have a teleprompter. I'll never go like that.
No.
I'll never do that.
No, and you can make syllables. I've only had that in the beginning, especially when you first write songs and they're not grooved in yet. And anyway.
But what's good about being in a punk band is that you can hand the microphone out. If you
Yes.
get something, they sing along to it.
Yeah.
Or if they sing along the wrong word, they make you get off on the next one. You
Oh,
fuck the
yeah.
next line up. That's happened to me before. And then you guys got, what's the next spot? Hermosa Beach?
Saint Rock, yeah.
St. Rock. These are all sold out shows,
That's
right?
yeah, they're all sold out. But we did
Come on down.
25th, 20th.
No, but there's gonna be more in October. We're doing a bigger venue in downtown LA. It's called the Benrizio.
Velasco?
Yes, thank you.
Wait, did my friend put that on? We're going to talk about it off the pocket. My friend does all the shows there.
Just so you know, this is the first time hearing
I was
about
about to say, I don't know about this show.
No, we secured the dates.
Oh, the Belasco is great.
Yeah, no, it's
Okay.
the dates around the
thing.
festival.
My friend does the
Don't-
shows there.
They
Maybe it's
terrify
him.
me. What?
There's 2 rooms there. There's a 500 cap and there's the massive big room.
Yeah, we're doing the big room.
Bro.
Yeah,
I did that
yeah.
with Offspring. It's great.
It's a
venue.
great venue.
is?
Yeah.
Okay. I
And
mean, that's what Joey said. It's a good
and
one.
if my friend's doing it, you can have a choice of no barricade and the kids dive. It's really cool.
Oh, heck yeah.
yeah, I
Yeah,
never,
Belasco's
I
beautiful
don't love
theater
those-
spot.
It's
those
great. It's a
barricades.
sketchy neighborhood,
I like
but
them either,
it's
dude.
a really nice theater.
Yeah.
You like barricades either?
I don't love a barricade.
Either, man. Kills me, man.
Yeah,
I get it. I
there's
get
so
it for
much
bands
space.
of,
You need one.
but I get it for bands of like top of the Offspring stature. I get it bands like that are gigantic.
Yeah,
I
I
get
get
it.
a little bit.
But for,
Sometimes
like,
it
smaller
is too
bands-
far.
I
though.
worry more about people trying to grab her. You know, like
Dude,
that's-
she
You
does
heard
that to
that.
herself anyway. She just
Yeah.
jumps out there.
We
You know?
oh yeah, we didn't even talk about that. We
What?
No, I mean it's gone well. It's gone well. People are really nice in the audience.
There's no crazy
Let's not
situation where
jinx it.
people try to jump on stage and hug you or.
The only time I almost I love just coming to you guys trying to talk tough. I was like, the only time I almost threw fists. Is that a saying? Is that what cool people say?
Sure, maybe.
Yeah,
I don't
Throw
know.
fists? Never.
I don't know what cool people say.
Yeah, me either.
It was a girl. I was singing a ballad, and I come into the crowd. This song we wrote, This I Know, and I'll sing to people. And this girl clutched my buttocks. I was like, I don't
Wow.
care that you're a girl. I will fight you right now.
Yeah, it's just disrespectful.
It's
Yeah, yeah.
disrespectful.
Yeah.
But
And
people
I
always-
let her know about it.
They're pretty respectful to you, though,
Oh, yeah. It's really lovely.
at the shows. And
Well,
just, yeah.
here's the irony is I used to have a fear of crowds. This whole band was all about facing fears, whether it's exploring my voice that I kept in the closet about, and then also because I got panic attacks when I lost my anonymity at 20, for real, where you can't go out in crowds. And so part of this, when you jump into a crowd, I was ultimately facing my fears, and it happened in Budapest. This is where it all
Budapest's great.
changed. It was 20,000 people. I threw myself into a crowd. I fell a little bit, and then they pushed me right back up and pushed me all the way where they pass you around, then put you right back on stage. And there was so much love and
Of course.
play and sweetness in that crowd. And every so often there's one person, but you have thousands that have your back.
Yeah.
That's what you learn.
Yeah. I'm sure it's so tricky for women to get thrown in the crowd. People trying to disrespectful.
No, people think that, and it's actually was not common
Yeah.
for me. Also, I'm doing proper acrobatics.
You have some cool outfits planned for these shows?
Fuck, that's what Kemble.
Can you bring the
He texted
Evil
me.
Evil Knievel one back?
No, I'm 2 sizes bigger than my last jumpsuits, dude. I gotta get more remade. I know.
You have some custom shit made though?
Oh, all that stuff is custom
That's
from
cool.
out of my imagination.
That's
I love
awesome.
the Evil Knievel. I haven't gotten that, but I do have some proper rock.
You always
wear.
have cool outfits.
It's
yeah.
a little bit inspired by Mad Max.
Oh,
Heck yeah.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Road Warrior.
Road Warrior. Yeah.
You guys are in a good place in your life right now. You guys are
Wait, but
excited
what?
about this and shit.
Hold on. What
Yes.
are we saying? I love your wife's. He's a designer. or his
Not
wife.
me, my wife is.
Yes.
Yeah. So my wife has a vegan clothing line.
That's right.
Actually, she has a Toby sweater. She has a Max
Say
sweater.
the
She has a
ni-
Moon
the
sweater.
name.
What
Her-
the heck?
You don't know about
Yeah,
this?
plug this shit.
Dude,
Let's
yeah,
go.
the company's called LBLC, the label. It's all vegan,
It's
kind of
all
like
vegan. It's so
high-end,
beautiful and
medium,
designer.
yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Get some dress shoes.
There's a Kim
Dude, no,
dress.
it's vegan leathers, vegan wools, vegan silk. It's so beautiful.
I need to get some
Tailor
Yeah,
jackets
it's-
that tie,
it's-
and it's nothing's leather. It's awesome.
It's basically made so that you can get on a plane, feel comfortable, and then also go freaking to your
meeting.
9 to 5 or meetings and all that stuff and look baller. Like
Yeah.
Wow, man.
it's
Or
really
go
cool.
to
You rock some
the
shit?
club. Is that what they
Yeah.
say?
I'm actually
Well, it's
I'm gonna
mostly
I'm
women's
gonna
stuff right
plug
now.
this. I'm wearing one of the jackets for one of the shows.
All right.
Okay.
She's pulling the lapel down a little bit longer, so it's a little more men. She's gonna do men's hopefully at 2025.
Oh,
but-
I'm down for that.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's nice. Well,
Yeah.
you know that unisex look is.
Mhm.
is
It's all
good.
the rage.
Yeah, it's all the rage.
dude, I sport it.
You wear a
I love
skirt.
it.
Todd Morse, are you good right now and life's good for you?
I'm so tired right now, but,
Shut it down.
I,
You
listen,
just can't.
listen, I'm blessed to be still being able to go out and do this thing, play live music. I never take it for granted, and I try not to complain about anything. You know, I got two
They
beautiful
say,
kids.
yeah.
You know, and my wife and kids
Are good.
yeah, they keep me grounded, and
Same.
and I get to do the thing that makes me feel the most like me. So you know, all the rest can be worked out.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I feel the pandemic really made me realize, not that I took it for granted, just like when everything shut down, we all
Yes.
was stuck in our house, and like music was like the lowest thing on the totem pole for coming back, and just
Yes.
like
Totally.
not knowing the future. Like, you know what I mean? That was like scary.
Super
It was
frightening.
so deep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. There
Because they were saying it wasn't essential. I think music's very essential.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, they had
the
headlines. Headlines saying, "I'm writing a script loosely based on that time," but the headline was, "Live music may never happen again."
I
Or
know.
no, they
Oh,
were
yeah.
saying it would
I was
never
texting
happen.
you during that time
Yes,
too.
we were
Yeah.
texting.
Yeah,
It was
that
like,
was
"What is
scary.
life? I don't understand."
It's so healing for so many
Yeah.
people.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
never doubted that it would come back. And honestly, you could look at the positive side of it. Shows are even bigger and better.
right now,
Insane.
everything
and more enthusiasm
Yes.
than ever, because people
I agree.
maybe people did slightly take it for granted, and now, I mean, except for Lollapalooza, I don't know. I mean, not Lollapalooza. Coachella. I don't know what
Yeah.
happened with Coachella this year, but it usually sells
The
out the
lowest
first
sales,
day.
yeah.
And it took.
I'm going, too. It's my first time ever going.
What?
It took almost a month
I'll
to
see
sell
No
out
Doubt.
the tickets.
Really?
Oh, is it sold? Dude,
I
you know,
think anything that gets too big, it's too
Yeah, yeah,
big and
yeah.
too not music oriented
Yeah.
anymore. I don't
Yeah.
know, too much choice.
you know, there's people that were commenting on the Coachella post being like, and no doubt what do you mean no doubt? And they're like, and no doubt the band.
Shout out to
Like,
Tony.
people
Shout
are
out to
so
Tony
young.
and congratulations. That
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
He talked about
Yeah.
this podcast when he was
Yeah.
on it, talking about all that stuff.
Yeah, I'm
I
so
can't believe
I'm
it
so
happened.
happy.
Me too, man.
That guy
Yeah, that's
belongs
gonna
on
be freaking
stage,
awesome.
Dude.
and they belong to. I'm happy they're playing.
They're going to play other places, though, right?
Let's
Not
see
just
how these first
Coachella?
two go.
I
you
don't
know?
know.
All right,
I think
all
it's just two for
Let's
now.
get to the first two first.
Yeah.
But I
All
just
right.
saw Gwen on Kemble talking all about it, and they
Oh,
haven't
that's
rehearsed yet,
so
and all this
fun.
stuff. And
Yeah, I mean, no disrespect to her, but every time she plays live, the rest of all the comments are, "Bring back Tony."
100.
Bring
Oh,
back.
yeah. Oh, really?
Bring
Yeah.
back the band. Oh yeah.
What's
that's
the
nice.
what's the
I'm
guitar
glad they're
player's
back.
name?
Yeah.
there's Tony, and then there's Adrian.
Adrian's drummer.
Yeah, and then the guitar player. That
Because
Tom.
that
yeah,
guy's
Tom.
freaking awesome.
They're such awesome dude. I'm just really,
His
I'm so
parts
happy
are
for
so
Tony,
good.
man.
That is
You never
great.
thought this ever was going to happen. Just like you guys, who knows? You know.
Yeah, anything's possible. And also, like, music, you know, you could argue that the best rock and roll music bands have already been formed. You could argue that, and I know a lot of young bands will say no or whatever, but as far as like people spending their hard-earned money to go out and see stuff, you know, you got to stay alive for that, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know what my point was.
I don't know. He's so tired. No, but I was
No,
with
no,
you.
it's a great
Meaning,
point.
I was gonna I come back to our line was, you bring the fire, bring the
Yeah.
fire.
Yeah.
I'm all about sweaty shows. So if
Yes.
you want to
Same.
you got to break a sweat at a
Yes.
rock and roll show. I don't know what you're doing. You shouldn't be
Can't
sitting in
stand there.
seats. And
That's a different kind of thing.
That's a different.
Some
setup.
people love that. That's
No,
yeah,
you're
yeah,
right.
yeah.
It's a theater.
by the way-
Not my thing.
By the
Not
way,
my thing.
My wife was speaking of sweat. My wife was warning if we're going to mention the time when she licked sweat off of Juliette's arm.
Who did?
Kim.
Oh, she did. Right after a show.
I don't
that-
know what I've
was that
convinced
weird?
people.
Right after a show.
I don't know.
Right after we walked up.
I
stage.
think she was
Wow.
being loving.
She was,
I
yes.
didn't.
That's
you
super
know,
loving.
Yeah.
You don't think?
Sweat, but yeah, it's funny. I get there's two vibes. Either people are, sexy and they're liberated around you, or they want me to punch them in the face. So I gotta go figure. I don't know.
That's sexy to some people.
My wife, Kim's the biggest Juliette Lewis fan. Like,
awesome.
She really is, yeah.
So she's excited for this.
Yeah, the wives are so excited.
Yeah.
Juliette, you're in a good place now? You feeling good about life and everything's good?
I'm in the best place I've ever been. That's
Awesome.
why the 5-0, the magic of rolling in and taking all your life lessons prior to this, and then also realizing it's okay to not hustle in a way that you once did that was
You don't have to either.
Yeah, you don't have to. Well, yeah, that's actually...
You've already paid your dues. You guys already did that already. This is exciting. Now it's like... Now it's just fun, like you said. If it's not fun, don't do it.
Yeah, if we could just get free healthcare and housing, I would just do this for nothing.
Yeah. I wish Music Cares would do some stuff like that.
Wait, now I was sitting on a joke this whole time when you were saying with Todd, like you're in a good place and you were giving a speech. I was gonna say, and he's still able to wear a button-down shirt halfway down to his navel. I mean,
Todd,
he's living life.
You have no chest hair either?
No.
I have one chest hair my whole life. My wife fucks it.
No upper leg hair, no chest.
Dude, I have no hair with a hairless.
How are you just discovering this? Dude, is the Morse?
We haven't been naked around each other since we were 10.
I have one chest hair, and Moon plucks it like once a year. It's a great chest hair.
It only comes once a year?
Yeah, I've never.
Wow.
I've never had any chest hair my whole life. I barely had any hair until I was like 17. Yeah. That's all of a podcast. But
I'm still trying to keep the 70s alive a little bit.
You're trying pretty hard.
Which, by the way, someone pointed out to me that the rock music that won Grammys this year is all 60s and 70s influenced music, and that's inspiring to me.
That's gratifying.
Like who?
Yeah, that's reassuring.
I don't know.
But you're part.
I don't even know. I'm like, who's doing that?
Todd,
I haven't heard of.
And Todd, you're part of the Grammys
thing
community. You're part of the Grammys. Like, what are you? What is it?
I'm a voting member.
Yeah, that's sick. So you didn't even know who won?
Honestly, I should. Can you cut this out? Because
I'll cut it out. Joe, cut this out.
They don't like it when you're not active, but I didn't watch the Grammys this year.
Joe, cut this out. But actually, don't.
I missed my ballots.
I did vote, but I voted for friends. I voted for the Foo Fighters. And
you gotta cancel.
I watched the Grammys. It was pretty good. It was interesting.
You're not supposed to. This is scandal.
Yeah, I think I watched.
I was happy for Paramore and
I'm not
Jelly
supposed
Roll.
to say who I voted for. Okay.
You're not supposed to say you voted for your friends.
Okay, sorry.
Oh, you can't. Okay.
Yeah, can you cut that out?
Yeah, the Billy.
In the Oscars, you can't.
And then real quick, the new Billy Joel song is incredible.
Dude,
really?
It's so emo.
You want to cry?
Yes, Billy Joel always does it.
You should play it right now. We'll all
It's like
cry.
17, 18 years since he did a song.
It sounds like it's off one of his records from the 70s. It's.
What's the one?
The lyrics are heartbreaking,
bro. Is he married still?
I have friends that can't even get through the song anymore.
Is he married still?
Really?
Yeah,
is he still married to the same? Is he still happy and married?
Well,
the song killed my heart.
It's about marriage. It's about long.
It's about long marriage, dude.
It's about long relationships.
Whoa.
It's called Leave the Light. Leave the light on.
Have you seen him live?
Oh, turn the lights back on. I forgot to turn the lights back on.
Have you seen him live yet? Have you seen him live before?
Intense.
Todd Morse.
Right?
Have you seen him live before?
No.
Let's go in July, Madison Square Garden. I'll get us in.
Hey, I know this.
It's a bucket list. I want to go to that.
Yes.
Is H2O opening?
Right?
No.
Him and Stevie Nicks, right? Oh no.
I love Stevie Nicks.
Live the band?
No.
Live?
Oh, I remember live. They were great.
No, Billy Joel. Have you ever seen Billy Joel?
No, we're gonna
Sorry.
go see Billy Joel live, Juliette, at Madison Square Garden.
Oh, I would see that.
It's his last show.
Ever.
He sold out 150 shows in his whole career.
Wow, that's insane.
When is this show, Billy?
In July.
All right.
If you want to get real emotional,
watch
watch the lyric video to his new song.
Okay, I will, but you're now making me remember. What is that song? Don't go changing. Oh, that one.
God.
He has a
That
million.
one kills me too. Oh my gosh.
Also, the what's the greatest song ever made? The Night We Are the World documentary is incredible.
I heard.
So
I haven't
good.
seen that yet.
You seen it?
No, I keep hearing
It's
about it.
so good.
Yeah, I want to see it.
And how are you doing thriving in your 40s, 30s, whatever you are?
Yeah,
You good?
37.
How old are you, man?
42.
What?
You're
Just
such a
say you're
young buck, dude.
37.
37. I was lying.
Are you in a
You're
good
the
place?
baby.
Everything's good in your life? Everything's good?
Yes, good. I got my band back together.
Awesome, man. Aw.
No, everything's good. For me, as long as I'm just playing with as many people as possible and I love all of them, then everything's great.
Yeah.
And my wife still loves me, so that's good.
Yeah.
Awesome.
She's doing great. She's got a great
Yeah.
company. Yeah,
Yeah.
You guys are good.
Yeah, and I was asked out on a date. So
Wait.
by a nice person,
wait.
not a
Is
sociopath.
Juliette
What?
Lewis single right now?
Wait, it's
Yeah.
not a sociopath. Boring.
Are you on the dating apps? Juliette, you on the dating apps?
I was. I'm not now.
Okay,
I'm
we're gonna
not.
talk
I
we're
was
gonna talk
on
off the
one dating app. You know the
Oh,
one.
we're getting calls. We're getting calls.
But I'm not on it now. You know what I'm into? I bought this book, just not about dating, but this manifesting book. I'm now like
manifesting.
manifesting, but I'm just like, just bring it. The universe will provide. She's been providing.
How does one reach out to a Juliette Lewis to go on a date and ask her?
They're usually friends.
So it's not through
friends.
social media and none of that shit.
Probably no. I would never talk to
respect.
be messing with a
A
stranger.
dating app, maybe. Yeah.
Not even the dating app. I never
Okay,
met
so
anybody in
friends.
person.
Okay.
Yeah, it's friends.
Okay.
And this person recently was from my small town. It's pretty cute.
Do you like musicians or just all type of?
Wait, how much time you got? I gotta eat.
No. I don't have a type. I like
that's nice.
You know, I asked about one of your friends one time.
Yeah.
They
He's
were
not
not
a
single.
musician. Yeah.
No. I like
Who's
someone
single now? Actually,
What?
Oh,
okay, we
crap.
gotta shut
Off
this
the pod,
down.
off the pod,
Okay,
Yeah,
because
and
he probably has to go through a healing journey. Okay, all I'm saying. Oh, he's not.
gonna talk off the
it's
pod.
not the right time for him.
Yeah.
Okay, but he's sowing his oats. But here's what I want to say. That's the eyeballs I'm getting. I like someone who's doing the work, who's healthy, and communicative. I finally passed through the lesson of dating someone who reminds me of junior high school. So I've gotten through that.
Yeah, that's kind of hard, especially with dudes,
Todd
because we're
was
all big
sa-
kids.
No. Todd gave me one of the best pieces of advice once when I was dating somebody. He goes,
scared right now.
He goes, he goes, because I was in a band with all my brothers, but he's like, don't mistake having no personality for mystery.
That's amazing, dude.
for
That's
mysterious.
incredible,
That's
Todd.
great.
Wow.
Well, a lot of girls.
That's
will
awesome.
Wow.
Mysterious. He just doesn't express a lot. But I'm gonna really get in there. You know, the women do this. They'll
That's
make up a
amazing.
whole world.
You know, I just realized when you were talking about the book you're reading, leave it to the patriarchy to even put man and manifest. What the heck, man?
That.
Jeez.
Damn.
Okay, last question.
Yeah.
Because you guys got to go. Todd, what's the last real job you had where you had to clock in and have a boss?
I was in between before I got in Juliette.
Oh my
when
God.
after
Band.
after
Can you
7
finish the
years
sentence?
before I got in Juliette's band.
Oh my God!
Sorry.
it's got that.
Sorry,
Oh my God!
Sorry.
Sorry, yeah, all right.
Wow.
all right, okay.
This is not cool.
Hey, ho.
Hey,
man.
go on.
That was a good one.
In between, you know, I've been touring for 7 years with H2O. I had to go sell. I was door-to-door salesman for like a couple of
wow.
months.
In Walnut Creek?
Yeah, before I came down to audition for Juliette, I was selling home security systems door to door.
I remember
Wow.
this, dude.
Yeah,
That makes me sad.
yeah.
But I
What
feel
was-
like you were
what
good
was-
at it.
And it was
What
in
was
Walnut
your-
Creek.
was.
Walnut Creek too.
What was
I
your
don't know why.
success
Small
rate?
town up north.
What?
What was your
Yeah, I was
success
thinking
rate?
Yeah.
I actually did really well, and then my brother's like, "Come, you want to come down and try to play with Juliette?" And I
Try
was-
to live your life
as
dream.
soon as I started driving,
Dude, I saved you from that career.
Yes.
That's
yeah,
pretty sick.
appreciate that. Yeah,
Wow.
and I was commuting from Northern California to LA
remember.
to
I
rehearse with
remember
you.
that.
Yeah.
What about you, Kemble? What's the last job you had?
I was the dressing room attendant at Urban Outfitters.
Wow.
Yeah. It
What year was that?
He was 12.
Yeah. No, that was like
So a couple weeks ago.
2001 maybe. Because
Wow.
then since then I've just been touring.
That's
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
cutest
let's
thing
go.
because I could actually picture you going like, no, don't wear those pants with that shirt. Hey, you need a blazer and blah, blah, blah. Like,
Bro, you need to cover that up.
Walking by going, yuck.
Ew.
What about you, Juliette?
oh my God.
What do you think's the last one?
Real job. Is that
With
what
a
you're
boss,
saying? Oh,
clocking in.
this is all what.
She's been doing this since she was a kid.
Well,
know.
clocking in, all of what you're saying is I've done corporate jobs. They just happen to be
Yeah.
on television.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
But
mean,
not
there was
acting,
A
just-
run, not acting. Let's see. Did I never have a quote unquote real job?
That's kind of sick, if not.
I didn't. I lived.
Pretty amazing.
Yeah.
I've been doing that since I was like 13.
Yeah, but she's
Wow,
But
that's
I
amazing.
almost quit a few times, and
Yeah.
I don't know. I
Those
feel,
15-hour days you're talking about, like
That's work.
That's,
No,
no, you
that's
feel
realer,
defensive,
That's
like-
realer than a real job.
well, and I've
Yeah.
had people shut me down, tell me, I've had all kinds of funny experiences. Way in the beginning too, when they're like, shut me down, meaning try to change my style of
Yeah,
acting.
yeah.
At
I think
No, what
said
you're doing
it.
is real work. I'm saying like a boss, like regular. Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah,
though.
where I clock in and it's not on your artistic purpose.
It's pretty
No,
amazing.
You're right. You're
Wow,
right.
That's
pretty
freaking
fucking
I've
awesome.
never
amazing.
had that. You're
Damn.
right. What? Really? Because, man, I've done some things that felt artless. Shit.
And felt like work.
But, you know,
Um,
yeah.
Well, thank you guys for being here. I think we covered a lot, right?
This
We
was
covered
too fun.
so
Yeah.
fun, man. You guys are fucking
I
awesome.
thought I was going to cut all of this short, but
Nah,
now I'm
you
like
guys are
ready to
great.
do the ice bath
Let's
and the
go.
fucking sauna.
I need to
Bring
eat
some catering. Yeah, you
Dude,
need to go.
let's
We'll
go see
I'll
Max,
get
dude.
food for you, Todd. We get some food if you want. I'm checking out my notes. You guys, you
said
guys
there's
are
a
great.
spot right near here, right?
It's closed now, but
Oh.
so Ojai February 25th, the 28th Telegram, and the 29th is St. Rock and Hermosa Beach. So all sold out. Sorry, everybody, you can't get in, but look out for the shows in the fall.
Well, and there's 3 festivals coming up.
But in America,
Yes,
Okay,
all
okay.
in the U.S. So
Okay.
just look at that. I'll be posting about it. But there's 3 big festivals.
And
And
are you-
2 in the summer and 1 in October, and more shows in October.
are you heavy on social media? Do you check your DMs? You talk to people on there?
Yeah, for the most part, especially if I'm hyping the music.
Yeah.
I'm in there pitching.
So what about you, Todd? Are you heavy on social media? Like check your DMs, talk to people.
Yeah, I mean,
don't know that I talked to
I do check my DMs and sometimes
Respond to people.
I mean, if someone's like, if fans are just being gracious and saying thank you for coming here,
Totally.
or whatever. But I try not to get into it too much.
Yeah.
I would love not to be on there. To be honest,
It's
with
a
you,
necessary
but
evil we need to do,
it
promote
is-
things.
It is, yeah.
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 What about you, Kemble?
I love talking to people.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just when they start saying some rude things
Yeah,
out of
yeah,
nowhere,
yeah.
you're just like, okay, block. That's unfortunate because you're like, we were just talking. It was nice. And then you turned into this weirdo prick, you know?
Yeah, Julie, if you get negative comments, you respond to people, or does that bother you?
Oh no, I don't do that.
give a
That's
fuck.
years old. You and I talked a little
Yeah,
bit about it.
I
I don't
yeah.
mess with negativity at all. I don't even mess with this whole alarmist culture or not alarmist culture or people telling you what your priorities are supposed to be because nobody's in your skin. They don't know what
100%,
what
man.
Yeah.
fights you're fighting on the daily. They don't know who's in your family who's fighting cancer or this, that. You know, well, I can't.
It's so
be-
true.
Be fighting your fights for you. You know, I got my own stuff. So my social media, I like to just keep light and fun and joyful and silly, and that's my relationship to it. And then hyping other artists and
Yeah, I love you do that.
projects.
You do it all the time. I love that.
I like doing that.
I like
But-
to, you know, for Instagram. It's like Instagram is my resume. Like if you want to
Same.
know, if you want to know about me without having to go and Googling or ask a lot of people, go to my Instagram. You can find out everything
Yeah.
about me there.
True.
So like when I'm reaching out to someone, I would rather DM them because it's like also sending like, oh, this is. I don't have to explain.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm in this band and I do this.
Oh, I
and
hate
you
that,
can just
yeah. Worse,
see, you
dude.
can just see it right there. I don't have to sell
Yeah.
myself. It's just all there. You know.
There's no mystery.
I think
Yeah.
for independent artists, it's really a saving grace because you can have your own control of things and you don't have to be so dependent on others. And I don't know.
Yeah, it's all
So
there.
I-
It's got pictures,
all were
photos,
saying
and
that.
bios, and you know.
Well, some people just do
Links.
it. It's for fun, but I don't know.
But just watching how fast your shows went up and sold out.
That
Like
was
the
all from social media.
Just the power of that in a couple
Yes.
days. That's amazing.
Yeah.
We were initially doing this podcast to promote the show.
I know, I know. So thank you for still coming. I appreciate it,
yeah.
man. It's nice to have you guys together in here. I'm excited
Thank
to see you
Thanks
guys.
for
Yeah.
having us, bud. I miss you, love.
Miss you too, bro. I
you.
love you.
Can we plug Womack?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
So our
Let's
bass
talk about
player,
him.
Jason Womack, he's doing good now, but he got diagnosed with stomach cancer, last year or the beginning of the year or whatever. And so on my page, I think on some of our other pages, we have links to his GoFundMe.
To help pay for all the medical
yeah.
bills.
Yeah,
and help
'cause
his
It's definitely on
family.
my Instagram.
Yeah,
It's
it's
still
getting-
going. He still has to.
Okay.
Yeah, and so he's going to be playing these shows too. Like
Oh,
an hour and a
wow.
half, he's going to be up there fighting it and doing it. And
Wow.
and I think that's a testament to how awesome this guy is.
Yeah.
But just to let the people know that are listening that you can go to, I think, any of our socials in the bios, and it has a link to his GoFundMe. Cause
Yes.
If
He
you want to
definitely
just
needs
do
some
$5, $8,
Yeah,
he's
anything.
got 2 beautiful
It helps.
kids.
Wow, man.
Yeah.
And insurance doesn't cover all these treatments.
Right.
Yeah, but that when you asked what brought us together, that was a key moment.
This is a big. This is
yeah,
a big.
we just wanted to
motivation,
make it
yeah.
more celebratory because it is. But that's what shows you life. The time is precious and
Yes,
do what you
100%.
can now.
and the power of doing music, because this guy while we was having radiation and chemotherapy, stood on stage with Petty Cash and played for 2 hours straight without taking
Singing.
a break.
And feeds his soul.
And did a mini Juliette set all in one night while getting chemo and radiation.
And all of us were like,
Yeah.
do you need to lay down? Do you only need to do half the set? Same with this, but he's not.
He would ignore us. We'd be like, are you all right?
Yeah.
Wouldn't look at you. He'd be like, I'm in it, man.
Because it feeds his spirit, not depletes it. That's the power
he's
in his
awesome.
relationship to music. That's Jason Womack.
We love you. We love you.
We love
Will.
you, Jason.
Yeah.
Wow, shout out to Womack. So that's cool. He's going to play with you guys at those shows.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Awesome.
100%.
100.
1,000. 100.
Podcast brought to you by 100%.
100%.
All right, thanks for listening, everybody. This is Juliette Lewis and the Licks.
It's
Check
just
out, if you got
Juliette.
tickets for your show, if you got tickets for the shows this week, go check out the shows. If you don't, then they'll be back.
Thank you, Toby.
Thank you guys for having me.
Nice to be
Thanks,
here.
Doug.
This was nice to catch up with all you guys, man.
Thank you.
Thanks for listening, everybody.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Bye, everybody.
100%.
Peace. I always ask my guests if they have any regrets. I personally don't have any regrets. Even when it comes to my tattoos, I have the silliest tattoos. Even my ET on my leg, it's still a childhood memory for me, and I love it. I've had tattoos on top of tattoos strictly because I wanted more tattoos. I started getting tattoos when I was 18. I'm 52 now, and I can't stop. I've had laser treatment before on something on my arm. It's 4 tattoos on top of each other. And that experience at that place was pretty fast. It was pretty cold. It was in and out, swiped the credit card. Don't really tell me much. Didn't give me much details or anything was going to happen. So I never went back. So as of most recently, I'm so lucky enough to have had 2 sessions at Removery Tattoo Removal. My tattoo on my arm that looks like a big black blob is now super light. I've had 2 sessions. I have a long road ahead of me. None of this stuff happens overnight. You cannot take a tattoo up in one sitting. You have to be patient. And it's painful. They ice you up. It's super fast. To me, it felt like a bunch of rubber bands. But what's more painful than that is looking at something on your body that you think you're stuck with for the rest of your life. That sucks. But now for me, I'm really happy I started this journey. I'm slowly going to get this tattoo removed. I never thought in a million years I have any kind of real estate on my arm. I don't even know what I want, but it's exciting. I'm so honored to announce that One Life One Chance podcast is now with Removery. I have a code. Use TobyH20 and get $100 off your first session. Call 866-934-4570 or go to removery.com. One of the most experienced tattoo removal companies in the world. Over 600,000 removal treatments done. 100 locations. US, Canada, and Australia. State-of-the-art peak-away laser technology. Cryo-technology to reduce any discomfort. This is so exciting for me because all I do in these podcasts is talk about tattoos. From day one, if you've been listening to this podcast, we talk about tattoos, talk about getting removed, talk about getting covered up. So this is such a perfect fit for me. Once again, go to removery.com or call 866-934-4570. Use my code TobyH20 and get $100 off. These guys are located everywhere. Try it out.